This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for Dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban Hunkeros.
The power of one. The power of two. The power of man.
What's going down, babes? Show me the lovin'.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
These people are making a lot of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism.
You're watching Will of the Fans! Let's fucking go!
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Woo! Yeah, baby, boy.
boys.
Indeed.
Fans. There we are. Well, two of us anyway. Rode all along eventually, but his work has become rather an inconvenience. That's not me trying to sound like a Bond villain that wants his co-workers assassinated or anything, but hey, I'm sure it'd probably help him out if that did happen in Minecraft. Welcome to WTF Live. Yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm going to say at the start of any of these. I never know. It's actually refreshing now because I script all my videos so that I can do like a deep dive, do a better constructed argumentation and stuff, and then I go live. I'm like a completely different person.
That's right.
Right. Shooting from the hip, baby. The only way to fly. That's it. And hopefully no one says the words we can't say. But you know, for the people who can't say them, and those are us, I respect everyone who manages to bite their tongue, considering the things that we have to talk about all the time. Yes, it is WTF Live. It's Tuesday, mother lickers. It's time to take out the trash and clean up all the latest and the not so greatest of the freshly squeezed out bullshit from pop culture and politics. My name's Will, you know the drill, and I'm joined at the moment only by our good friend, Problematic White Guy, aka John. What's going on?
You know, actually, not terribly too much just yet. I've only been awake for about an hour or so.
Yeah, ask these days, actually.
Yeah, right.
You've always just woken up, so yeah.
yeah. I mean, there are some days though where I will wake up in the middle of the night, but last night was not one of them. You know, had a day off from streaming, so I just was working on production stuff. I still need to do more of it, which probably what I'll be doing tomorrow during my off day then. Yeah, just kind of you know, holding the line, I suppose. You know, do the work, wait for
we gotta do.
Yeah. Wait for the money to show up, go get groceries, you know. It's standard schedule bullshit.
Gotta do what your boss says, you know.
That's right. But
and we of course have a surprise for you there, John, because she's here. It's of course Toasty. Hello to you, my friend Toasty. Hello.
What up, Toast?
What were you saying?
Nothing. I was making a joke about him having like a domineering boss, and then I was hoping he would stitch himself up only for me to introduce you. But actually, he is already very much buck broken. So good job.
It's been a rough year, you know. Toasty.
It's only been like 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, in the year that Toasty and I have been streaming together, actually, it's
you've been through quite a lot, you two, haven't you?
Yeah. I think
seems to be on the up and up now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Toasty was just on Simpcast with Chrissy Mayer, so hey, congrats for that. Well done, dear.
Indeed.
I watched a little bit of that, and then towards the end, I watched most of it because I wanted. I was enjoying watching the parts where you were able to contribute a little more, so that was great. And how did you find it?
It was super fun. I just didn't want to like take over and talk too much.
I totally understand. Yeah, it's like if I got onto a show with one of those guys, I'd be like, I would never know what to say because I'd be like too awestruck by like my inspirations, you know. Like all the like if I ever made it onto a show like FNT or EFAP or something like that, I'd be like, oh, you guys are my heroes. You know?
Yeah, like I didn't want to seem like I'm boring and I didn't have nothing to say.
No, you were great. You were great.
But like I didn't want to take over and talk too much either. So
yeah, I know that feeling. I always do that, which is why I like when someone invites me on, I'm like, how much should I talk? You know, because I will take over. Unless it's one of the situations where it's like someone like 10 times or 100 times the size of my channel, then I'm like, you know, kind of starstruck. But you did great there. It was good. It was good fun. What else is going on with you?
That you can speak about.
That you can.
I want to say, but I don't want to say.
Right.
Yeah. Don't say anything you can't say. Definitely. Yeah. What's good that's going on? Channel growing, videos coming out, anything?
Channel growing, more subs, especially with that me being on there it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I'm just trying to gain some muscles, you know, working out and stuff and getting fit. And
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, and I just ordered.
Go on.
I just ordered a purple wig and a purple micro bikini because I want to be Amelia. So
that's right.
I guess that'll be a next goal.
More chokers. That's right. That's right. You need to start incorporating.
Yeah, I did wonder how long it would take for Amelia cosplay on your channel. Apparently not that long, so that's good.
Yeah, no,
strike while the iron's hot.
Last week.
Yeah, definitely strike while the iron's hot. Good idea. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've been trying to get fit as well this year. And then, of course, about a week and a half ago, or not quite a week and a half, but about 10 days ago, I got fucking ill. So I've been like just trying to recover, and all the calories I eat are just falling back off me as I try to regain my strength and my voice as it used to be. Although if it stayed a bit like this, it would be probably better. But anyway, speaking of your cosplay, you know, did you see that tweet thread that started with when you posted those pictures on your profile before you did Simcast?
Yeah, so it was random because a little account by the name of is a little frog, and I guess he has a lot of followers, and I had the weirdest group of people commenting, and I saw yours, and I really took that photo.
Right, yeah. Well, I just did it as a laugh. I sort of was just to sort of not troll, but just poke fun. Was like, hey, Grog, dress her up like, and I couldn't think of anyone. So I just said Padme, first woman I thought of. So there you are as Padme, apparently. And then I realized it had done something to like fit your face into the hair or something, and it made you look like Sydney Sweeney. So I said, okay, well then let's have a blonde wig and a push-up bra, and boom! Fucking hell. That's like 90% accurate. Like, that's who you should cosplay as. You'll make all the money in the world.
Oh, should I cosplay as Sydney Sweeney next? I just need a blonde hair.
Seems like you'd be able to pull it off without much effort, because it ain't done much to your face.
Yeah, Toasty
from
Sweeney.
The original picture. Toasty Sweeney, yeah. There you go. I think you could do it. Chat, what do we think? I think it's pretty convincing, you know. I was kind of like, whoa, wow. Kind of makes, I guarantee people would look at you very differently if they thought that. So there you go. Anyway, there you go. And I know you love to cosplay, so that I think that would just be uber manipulative as well. You could absolutely tickle the algorithm with that. You just put I am Sydney Sweeney as your video title.
That would be great.
Sweeney jiggles for your amusement, you know, like stuff like that. That'd be pretty good. Plus, it'd give me more ammo for the video.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there we go. Great. Everybody's bricked in the chat. Love to see it. Anyway, there we go. Welcome, everybody. It's WTF Live. We're going to be talking a little bit about the pop cultures and stuff. A few subjects that we know about, a couple that are relatively new, and apparently dipping my toe back into Star Trek for the first time in 8 years, maybe. I don't know how long it's been since Star Trek Discovery, or STD, as people call it, began, but it's actually achieved relevance again. For the first, it kind of like when the Acolyte came out and people actually started talking about Star Wars again, whereas before it had almost completely died. And then the Acolyte came and finished the job. So it seems that now Starfleet Academy, they're calling it, with the one that MagesGuild sent the clip of, with the fucking old woman captain who sits like a child in her chair, and then of course Rosie O'Donnell and all the DEIs. It gets worse, apparently. I actually had a look at what the story's about and stuff like that. I still haven't watched it. I'm not going to watch it, I don't think, unless people want me to. But to be fair, I'm not the most uber Trekkie ever. I'm like a semi-Trekkie. And so I haven't bothered with Star Trek because I don't feel that qualified to talk about it. But I feel like this is so bad, I might be able to get some mileage out of it. So chat, let me know what you want me to do. But yeah, so we're going to talk a bit about that. We've got the usual felting of Ubisoft. We've got some Kathleen Kennedy updates, a few random indictments of the movie and game industries, bit of news, and then at the end we've got a ranked red dwarf. So we got a show. There you go.
Indeed.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Who's in the chat? We got a few people already. Steven's here, I saw already. Lilith is here. We've got a Lilith. We've got a Toasty, although you're now on the panel. Sardoc's back. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a few days. Hope you had a nice whatever you were doing, Rodo alluded to. And Gareth's here, having already decided to drop 15 freaking dollars. You know what that means, right?
Thank you for $5.
Indeed.
5 plus. Hang on. I got it. That's the wrong one. Huh?
10. Drop it.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for that one, man. And here's something. Here's something for the most surreal conversation I stepped in when clicking on a stream. Well, that's what this show has become. You never know what we might be talking about. At any given moment, we might be talking about anything from how Rhoda is secretly a gay black woman, a fat gay black woman, to how Toasty is secretly Sydney Sweeney. So, you know, it could be anything. Could be literally anything. But hell, as long as that incentivizes people to drop donos like that, I'm not going to stop anytime soon. I don't think anyone should. So thank you very much, man. That's a great start. Appreciate it. Yeah, because I was going to do the usual grift, you know. Give us some soups. We'd like to show you some boobs. The usual drill. There's a goal. And of course, if we can fill the limit bar, then we play Jackbox later down the line. But you know all that stuff already. Yeah. You guys have been here before. You know the state of things. So all I'm going to say is the simple.
The stream.
Share the stream.
There he is.
Which
there he is.
I will be doing since Rhoda's not here to do it.
Lovely. Thank you very much. There will be a tweet out. We'll be tagged in it. If you can go on X and share it out as well, that would be lovely. And don't forget
Rumble,
to...
right?
What's that?
You're a Rumble?
I'm not right now because for some reason it absolutely refused to load for me earlier on. So today we're not on Rumble, which is annoying because it means I'll have to upload it again later. It's just annoying, very annoying. But for whatever reason, it's something to do with like where I am in the world because they banned Kick in the Philippines, and I want to stream on Kick. But so if I want to stream on Kick, I have to have a VPN on. But then it doesn't load properly anyway, so we're not on Kick today either. So I'm felted all over the place. But then because I had the VPN on, Rumble wouldn't accept me. And then when I actually turned the VPN off, it still wouldn't accept me. So I'm like, oh fuck you, I'll figure this out later. So we're just on YouTube today. Yeah, just little old YouTube. Just little old biggest video platform in the world. Still not the best for streaming though. Actually, I think both Rumble and Kick are probably better for streaming if you can get the audience. But no, why'd you ask anyway?
Because I wanted to repost it on Rumble if you were streaming on Rumble.
Oh, right. Yeah,
no,
can't do it today.
I'm doing pretty good on Rumble, which is great. I'm beginning subs, so that's nice.
That's good. That's nice. I heard like there was some sort of issue with Rumble lately where they were like inflating views or something. Like people saying that they were getting wildly more views than they should be getting, than they're used to getting. And some people were saying, oh, they're trying to scam people or something to get more people to go to Rumble. I don't know. But if that's not happened to you, then that's good. Because I don't know. I don't keep track of these things, really. I don't have time.
Well, actually, yesterday they were doing the guy that runs Rumble, or is part of Rumble, or I think he runs it. I don't know. The group of guys that are on Rumble and stuff, they were rating people and giving them more views. But maybe
maybe it's that. I don't know. I couldn't possibly begin to understand. I can't even understand how to get my own channel to grow. Even though it used to work. But oh well, now they hate me. Oh well, it's probably from all the times that I've shown people taking off their clothes and saying F slurs on this channel, so it's probably got something to do with that. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for that, Garrett. We do appreciate that. Drop some subs if you can, guys. Drop some supers. We'd love to hear from you if you got something to say, or you just want to take the piss out of us or whatever, or drop a random fuck, marry, kill. I know a few people used to like stitching us up with them, but actually, I don't miss them. to be quite honest. They were getting pretty uncomfortable. Some of them, it was like, which tranoid would you rather? I was like, oh my God. No, I'd rather just eat a pocket full of lead and
just shoot me now, please. Just
if I have the ability to kill one of them, then why can't I just kill myself instead in Minecraft? Anyway, there we go. It's a pleasure to see you guys in the chat. Please do hit the love button as well. Give it a tickle. Lube your fingers up first, of course. We don't need any friction burns around here. I'm told if you do it enough, you might just hear something that sounds a little bit like a sneeze, but feels a bit better. Anyway, we can get on with the topics. So yeah, this whole business with Star Trek, or Kurtzman Trek, as Nerdrotic calls it. And apparently everyone calls it now. So I guess I have to start calling it that too. Kurtzman Trek has apparently now completely collapsed after what, 2 episodes? I think there's been.
Yeah, I think they put the first episode was put out on YouTube, which got less views than Spock sitting in Gary's chair.
Gary's chair on Nerdrotic. Yeah, he did a live stream. The live stream of the first episode of Starfleet Academy got 1,300 concurrent views, and that was the absolute best that they could muster. And then Gary decided to respond by putting his Spock action figure in his chair and then walking out of the room and streaming that. Nothing, literally nothing but that. And he ended up with 200 more views than them, rising to 3,000 at one point.
Right.
It's fucking weird, you know. I remember when that guy only had 10,000 subs. It's crazy, but he does great work and strongly deserves everything. Yeah, they did in fact release the first episode in entirety on YouTube, and currently, despite gaining 1,000 likes on it, they've gained 2,000 more dislikes. So the current ratio remains, it's actually gone up technically. It's more than 3 times the amount of likes now. We've got 7,000 likes, 22,000 dislikes.
Yikes.
Oh, buddy, that is not nice. That's gotta hurt. Damn, son. Wow. And of course, most people have acknowledged that the only reason anyone would even come here, of course, as always, is for the comments. Who's here for the comments? The best comment I saw was, where is it? Fucking somewhere down here. I can't know if I can find it, but someone put, "To boldly go where no one wanted." There it is. Perfect.
See, I was thinking to boldly go where no menopause has gone before, you know, like.
That's pretty good. And if it weren't for the fact that the captain is 20 years too late for a menopause,
right,
you'd be right.
Exactly.
I'm not joking. I looked up her age. She's 67.
Yeah.
She is 67 years old.
Yeah, generally,
conservative, actually.
Yeah, generally an aged out cast is usually something that you deal with 10, 15, 20 years into a series.
Yeah,
run.
it's like, you know, you've done your series, you come back later to do movies and stuff like that. Unbelievable. And of course,
just start with a geriatric woman, see how it turns out.
Well, of course, we've still got the clip that was shared with us last week by MagesGuild. We might as well have a look at it again. Everything that could possibly be wrong with this is
glasses
wrong.
in space.
Glasses in space. That's the one I picked up on the last time I watched it. It's like, why is she wearing glasses?
Yeah.
I was trying to rack my brain.
1,000 years after they've already fixed this in
right.
Star
So I'm confused
Trek.
about this. Is it really 1,000 years later?
Yeah.
So it's 1,000 years after
whatnot.
TOS.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. So we're now in the 33rd century.
Yeah.
Good God.
And they've regressed to this.
And they've collapsed, apparently. Yeah. The Federation collapsed.
Yes.
Because
there's two federations now. They have the woke Federation, and then they have the fascist Federation, you see.
Yes, I did see that. The Starfleet Academy are like basically the Starfleet that we knew, and then there's the War College or something where they basically savages who want to kill and maim and
so fucking retarded.
Everything. It's so fucking sad, isn't it? It's like let's do American politics in the 33rd century. Shut up. Go on, Toasty.
Well, maybe they're fashion glasses. Maybe she got them from Temu.
Temu still exists in the 33rd century.
Specs like the Doctor, you know, when David Tennant used to do that, and then Matt Smith would do it too, and then they both compared the specs, and then both confessed that neither of them actually needed them. They just put them on because it made them look a bit brainy.
Right.
There's no logical reason why this captain should have to wear like corrective lenses.
You'd like to think being the captain of the ship might be enough to gain you the respect of your
I mean,
crew.
I don't believe that this captain could actually beat any of these other dykes in a fight.
No.
So why the fuck is she the captain? Not that physical strength is the only thing that matters, but it's kind of implied that the captain has to be all things to all men, you know, has to be very intelligent, capable, great leadership, physically fit, definitely a must. You must be able to fight, you know, just in case you don't want to, but you have to be able to. This bitch, she looks like she fights with the blanket getting out of bed.
So wait, who's the captain? The skinny white woman?
Yes,
the skinny old white woman who's 67 years old. Holly Hunt is her name or something like that. Not to be
She's not intimidating looking.
Say what?
She isn't even intimidating looking. I feel like I could just push her and then she would just get a brain bleed and just croak.
Yeah,
she looks like she should be standing outside. She looks like she should be standing outside a Somali daycare with a phone, just videoing everyone who passes by in case they're ICE officers. Yelling and screeching at them, you know. But it gets worse, actually. Not only is she 67 years old, but when she sits in her chair, in her captain's chair, right, where you should, you know, be in a commanding pose. You are, in fact, the leader on deck, on the bridge.
On duty.
Is she like this?
Yeah,
is she like
she pulls her feet up onto the chair with her.
She's totally relaxed. She just
she sits
doing
like
her
that.
little cat poses and it's.
You ever seen Death Note? The anime?
No, Toasty, I don't think he's got a chance to see it, but yeah, she's
else it's like this as well. But he's portrayed as a fucking eccentric, super autistic mega brain who's completely socially inept.
Right.
But she is sitting having like a cup of tea in her captain's chair with her feet up like this, like I can't do it, obviously. Right on the chair with her, like she's on a sofa watching Star Trek, you know,
Hallmark or something, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely appalling. I can't remember what her fucking name is. But it's just a joke. It's a mockery of everything. Also, I have noticed that there's no men on this bridge. It seems there does seem to be a male central character, but he, of course, is a renegade criminal. Which again, I think to myself, well, wait, I thought we evolved beyond that 1,000 years earlier.
Right. A renegade criminal that they decided to give a chance, and you know he's gonna show Federation something that they've never seen before, and they're gonna which makes no sense at all, because again, you want the absolute cream of the crop, best of the best of the best, sir. Well, trying something new you see.
Now they're letting in some useless bum who's a criminal, right,
and a gay Klingon.
Oh, for fuck's sake, a gay Klingon, of course. Fucking of course.
I just want to paint.
It's appalling. Anyway, as it turns out, then they're all useless and unfit, because again, she might be skinny, but the rest of them are fat.
Right.
So we've got body positivity, diverse, all-female bridge crew. It's fucking insane. Look, here, just watch. Just get a load of this. And then when she actually talks, she slurs her words because she's so old, apparently.
The Badlands, Captain. Subspace instability may be creeping in.
By the way, that accent is like South London. It's like South London Jemima. I'm an integrated immigrant. You know,
Yeah. I believe their warp core is made out of one of those Gwyneth Paltrow candles. So
right? Yeah, must that when it blasts off, it leaves a fucking vague musk of Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina.
Indeed.
Which is nice, you know. It's just a nice little touch. You know?
The queef core, you know.
Warp speed. What speed shall I set to, Captain? Let's go to queef. For fuck's sake. Full speed ahead. Pussy fart maximum. Let's go. All right. So anyway, so we get this random babble from these random harpies.
Badlands, Captain. Subspace instability may be creeping in.
Badlands?
And we're the first to chart it.
Look at this. Look who's here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's fucking Rosie O'Donnell. Right. It's Rosie O'Donnell. She's here. She's not in Ireland. She actually jumped into a time machine to get away from Trump and ended up in the 33rd century, where she was immediately pushed onto a starship because she had a bull dyke haircut. So
potatoes in space.
Yeah, right. Spuds in space.
Make an excellent practical study module for the spatial harmonics lab, Captain.
All right. Well, let's not turtle the ship on our first run.
Let's not turtle the ship on our first
run. You know who she reminds me of? That fat kid from The Sandlot. That's what she reminds me of.
It smells his mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of looks like Billy Joe from Green Day as well, that kid. Yeah, but when she talks, right, you presumably have seen the Star Wars sequel trilogy, right? At least one of them. So you remember when Leia gets reintroduced and she doesn't talk like this anymore, and she doesn't use a normal accent because, you know, Leia famously drops her British accent halfway through the trilogy.
Right.
Or actually not really halfway through the trilogy, halfway through the first movie. She sort of talks in a British accent to Darth Vader, and as soon as Luke Skywalker shows up, she drops the pretense and just talks like a normal American woman. But yeah, like when she shows up in The Force Awakens, suddenly she talks like this. Her voice is very weak. And
I might have. Yeah. She speaks like a woman who's been on
done 40 years of cocaine. Yeah.
Right. Various forms of speed for decades, and now it's just
suddenly been hired to be in a movie and had to get very, very fit very, very quickly. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, of course. But she did not sound so great. She's like, "He's our son. We should go and see her." You know, it's really quite depressing. So when the captain talks, she's like, "Let's not." I suppose she's trying to say total the ship, because the radical Rosie O'Donnell is suggesting they do something dangerous with the engines or whatever because of this stupid space badlands that they fucking hell, man. The terminology is so badlands, really. Okay. There's no land, it's space. But anyway, they so you know, she decides let's not total the ship, but that's not what she says. She says let's not turtle the ship.
You're right. It is very
that's not
clear.
turtle. It's like, what are your orders, Captain? What's that, Captain? I couldn't hear you. I said engage combat ramming speed.
Can you take the cock out of your throat? Try again, please.
Yeah. Would it help if I gave you a bump? You know,
right?
So yeah, when she speaks, look.
Well, let's not turtle the ship on our first run.
For fuck's sake, Mushmouth, spit it out. God damn, appalling, absolutely appalling. But there you go. So that's the state of things with this new series of Star Trek. And there are so many ways you can start like pulling this fucker apart. I mean, like just the fact that Roddenberry created a universe where we've already ironed out all of our flaws as a species. We don't do wars with each other anymore. We don't have pointless, stupid conflicts about pointless, stupid things. We are not communist. We're certainly not. Don't ever assume that. But we've sort of evolved beyond the need for those systems too. We've arrived at a utopia, basically, where people are free to live how they want to, and we have replicators, so we don't need food, which is weird because in this series they seem to have shortage of food.
Right.
Apparently, there was an event called the Burn that destroyed the Federation. Yeah, the Burnham. Yeah, the Burnham Burn. Basically, I've stopped. It's basically like Warhammer. Warhammer 40k had what's it called? The Age of something. I can't forget. But whatever it is, it's basically a time when space travel, interstellar space travel, becomes impossible for a while. And so because of that, the Federation of Planets fractured and all the planets left to fend for themselves and they all died or suffered. And so now it's dystopia, which is funny because it was also dystopia in Picard and also in Discovery.
Right.
Someone didn't get the memo. Star Trek is supposed to be an optimistic show.
Well, that was before the Trump administration. Now it has to be a commentary on collectivism and the importance of being a happy-feely, a happy, joy, feel-good society kind of situation.
Rhoda! How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Good to hear, man.
Just
welcome in, Royd.
Hours I'm used to, but hey.
Yeah, that's annoying. Any news on the Guardian?
Oh, yeah. Yes, our good friends did save it for me to throw away again. I will send you the picture.
There we go.
It's okay. Don't worry about the picture today. There we go. You don't have to worry about the picture for today, but good to know the job is still being done. Lovely.
Yeah, two copies today. 2 copies.
2 copies, and you threw away 2 copies. Holy shit! That's 2 of them. Yeah.
There we go.
Guardian. Commie rag. That's commie rag, not cum rag. Worth that. Garrett Griffin has dropped $5. Hello and thank you. Says thanks for reassuring me. This show is not for me. Assuming it's for anyone. But well, you can have a if you want. But you're also getting a $5.
Thank you for $5.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh well, there you go. So this is a shit show. This series is an absolute shit show. As Alan Yuen is pointing out in the chat, the Jem'Hadar, which is the race that this middle bitch is supposed to be, are actually indeed a genetically engineered sexless species that are basically all presented as male.
Right. But
somehow Palpatine returned.
Yes. Somehow this genetically modified species has found a way to fuck Klingons. And not
somehow Palpatine returned.
I thought the Jem'Hadar were like clones.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Genetically engineered. Yeah. Grown in vats.
Yeah.
They're basically test tube babies, all of them.
So what happened? Did the Klingon come in one of the vats?
I don't know. It may be, quite possibly. I haven't watched the show, to be honest, and I'm not probably going to either. So
no.
I'm just here anyway. I'm just here to rip on it and report what I think about what I hear about it. Which is
you would think that a species that is built around genetic modification specifically and trying to create supreme beings would have scuttled this upon creation. Like, there's
Femhadar, yeah.
Good one.
That's good, yeah. That's good. We needed a nickname for her because we had Rosie O'Donnell over here and Skinny Leia over here. So, skinny crackhead Leia. Anyway. But yeah, no, everything about this is a fucking shit show and a disgrace and an insult to Roddenberry and everything that Trek ever was up until about the end of Voyager. And I've heard a lot of people going, "Oh, you know, they've made some good ones. Strange New Worlds is worth watching." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not going to."
No, the first couple of episodes were good, but then they did that musical one, and it put me off for life.
It is a musical episode.
Yeah.
They've done musical episodes. They've done Muppet episodes.
Star Trek. It's Star Trek. It's not Scrubs. All right, you don't just do a random musical episode because you can. It's not that kind of show. And while there, certainly has been little bits of humor in Star Trek, all through the years from the beginning, there's always been little pithy remarks and things like that are played for laughs occasionally, but not particular. I mean, Q in Next Gen was pretty much a laugh riot all the time, whether he was meant to be or not. You know, of course he had serious scenes too, of course, but you know, things like his mariachi band and stuff like that, you know, it's just a troll basically, and it's quite funny. But you're not supposed to be writing a comedy series, and unfortunately this show also has so many fucking jokes in it. People genuinely are starting to wonder if this is a troll. I heard someone talking about it earlier on. It might have been Drinker, actually. It said, like, actually based on the trailer, I didn't believe that the show was going to be what was in the trailer. I thought it was like a troll to get you to watch it. The show would be vastly better and more serious. But no, it's this. It's a sarcastic, snarky, feminist. I don't know why they're still doing this. They haven't learned anything in like 8 years. It's been better, almost a decade.
I think you answered your own question, Will. They haven't learned anything in 8 years, so they are still trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, despite
fucking 9 years. 9 years since Star Trek Discovery started.
Yeah,
and they really began to felt it.
I've never seen the show, but it seems to me like women ruin everything. Be right back. Gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, you know, that old adage, two rights don't make a wrong. I think they were like, well, what if every decision we made was wrong? Will that somehow make the special kind of secret sauce that somehow eventually turns it into, if everything's wrong, then nothing's wrong. So ultimately, it's correct.
Yeah. Well, unsurprisingly, viewership has collapsed.
Right.
I wonder if this is actually. I really do think I'm getting Acolyte vibes from this, because almost no matter what happened to Star Trek in the last 8 years, I think the last time they were even vaguely relevant was Picard. When Picard started, and then it blipped again when the third series came out and people were actually happy with it because they brought back all the cast of Next Gen.
Yeah. I still didn't watch it, but that's because to me, like, you know, Picard is a golem. He's not Picard. He's a robot that thinks he's Picard.
Yeah, they killed him. They killed him and turned him into a robot. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, that's kind of my take on Picard.
You know, that's like the timeless child. You know what I mean? That's like taking the lore and then just fucking it up the arse to death, and then expecting people to just go, "Oh, we'll just forget about that because it resembles the thing that I like." It's like, okay, I mean, if they CGI Carrie Fisher back to life and put her in a scene with Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, at this point, are people going to be satisfied with Star Wars again? I don't think so. No. Because, first of all, nobody really likes Harrison Ford. He's a lazy, snarky prick. Absolutely nobody likes Mark Hamill. He's completely
not
insane.
Even Mark Hamill at this point. I don't even think.
No, Mark Hamill can't even stand Mark Hamill at this point. He can't because you know, he's too busy hating Trump, and Carrie Fisher is dead. So there's a reason why you would never be able to buy into it. You had one opportunity to get those three characters back together, and they fucked it. They had one opportunity to get the Doctor safely across the chasm of hopelessness that was Jodie Whittaker's run, and then right in the middle of it, they fucked it with the Timeless Child. And now, then of course, Star Wars was almost just barely able to sneak out a little bit of relevance again when the Acolyte was announced, but then the Acolyte was viewed and they fucked it. And now Star Wars is deader than ever. And I feel like this is going to be the final nail for Star Trek at this point.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, I knew it was over for me in Star Wars when I actually started watching the episodes of Acolyte just to have a laugh, because it was some of the most unintentional comedy gold, that you could get per scene in anything I've seen in quite some time, to the point where it was like I actually kind of enjoyed it just to have a good laugh, and kind of, it was part of my whole closure of giving up on Star Wars entirely, and they made it possible. So thank you, Acolyte, for doing that. At least I no longer care about Star Wars in any way, shape, or form.
They did make it easy, at least, yeah. By making it so unbearable that you actually didn't regret like walking away afterwards. There was like no hard feelings about.
That's right. Thank you for the ick, as the kids say these days,
Yes, indeed. Thank you for kicking my ass out the door so that I didn't have to get up and leave myself. Or thank you for pumping the room full of fucking nerve gas so I had to run for my life instead of just, looking back sadly. A good question though. What if they suddenly announce, it's okay, guys, Star Trek is saved. We've got a new head of Star Trek at Paramount Plus. Introducing Kathleen Kennedy. Oh my god.
Thing that might happen.
I just missed the Kurtzman years.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
And then, of course, that means that Kurtzman, or as our friend in the chat said, Curse Man,
that's
very
right.
good, would go to Star Wars. Either way, it doesn't matter. Look, Kurtzman is an acolyte, if you like, of J.J. Abrams. He's a bad roboteer, just like Lindelof and all those other guys who've spread out across the world of entertainment and turned everything into a shitty mystery box. There's no hope for anything that comes from Bad Robot, unfortunately. It's a shame, but I would actually laugh my ass off if it was announced that Kathleen Kennedy was heading up Star Trek. Even if it was an April Fool's joke, I'd actually say that's a really good April Fool's joke.
Indeed.
Well, we've got 3.5 months to find out.
Well, if nobody suggests it, I'm going to do it myself. Shh, chat, don't tell anyone. No, it's fine. I've got actually another completely different idea for April Fools this year. But there you go. There's the vision of loveliness herself. I mean, you couldn't even find a picture of her looking really like even remotely graceful.
This is the picture.
Yeah. You're gonna get a picture of her where she's like, yeah, that's the one, isn't it? But there you go. A still image from Star Trek Starfleet Academy. What?
They hunted for an image, and this was the best one they could find.
Well, to be fair, it is Geeks and Gamers, so they probably did know exactly what image to use. Yeah. Anyway, the numbers are in for the show, and they are brutal. Starfleet Academy viewership is collapsing in real time, and no amount of Access Media spin can paper over what is shaping up to be one of the most embarrassing failures in modern Star Trek history. After an aggressively rollout on Paramount Plus, Alex Kurtzman's going to keep that one. Latest entry in the franchise has already lost momentum across streaming charts, and its free YouTube debut only made things worse. Well, of course it did. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. If you open the pit of filth and expose it to the entire internet, you are... What did they think was going to happen doing that, guys?
I think that they thought they were going to be
find that little
celebrated.
2% out there. I don't know.
Like, really, did they actually think, oh, this will be a great marketing strategy? Everyone will think we're so great because we made them a free episode, and they'll go subscribe to Paramount Plus because we're so bloody good. Everyone will want to go see it. And then everyone looked at it and said, this is a piece of shit. Ha ha ha, fuck you, you're a meme now.
You know, the hilarious thing, every time Paramount does this, they always do it with their worst shows.
I know, right? What was the other one they did it with?
Halo.
Or something else.
Halo. Yeah, it was awesome.
Legendarily. That was the one where he revealed his face at the end of the first episode, right?
Yeah.
And everyone and their mums was fucking furious. I've never owned an Xbox of any kind, so I've never really got into Halo. I know it's shameful, but I would play them. But I can understand. It would be like if effectively having a Zelda game for me where Link actually does turn around and say, "Excuse me, princess," and making that canon within a game, that would be kind of the same thing. Fucking unbearable. The one thing about Master Chief is we don't know what he looks like. Well, by the time the first and second episodes of that show had aired, we'd seen his face and his ass.
Yeah. You pretty much know every detail of what he looks like.
Right. And he looked like just some bloke.
Yeah.
As well. There was like nothing particularly remarkable about the guy either. Fucking appalling. Yeah, you really, really don't want to do that. I mean, in the video game space, the AAAs, I don't want to give them any credit for anything, but I guess you could say technically they are much better strategists when it comes to releasing things than Paramount Plus. Like, that would be like, this is why demos don't exist anymore, by the way. It's not because they can't make them. It's because it would reveal how busted the game actually is before they get to patch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the only reason. Go on.
The one thing there, Beavis and Butthead is perhaps the best thing that Paramount has put out on its streaming service, and it was so good. And
Frasier.
Yeah, but it was so good that it left the streaming service. They did 2 seasons on Paramount Plus, and then the 3rd season's just on cable. Because
they went back to TV.
Right. Because this is how successful your streaming service is. One of the most successful things that you've actually put on it decided, hey, let's graduate and go back to just terrestrial cable.
Fucking terrestrial basic cable, yeah. So what channel was it on?
I think it's on Comedy Central. But yeah.
It's not going to be on TV anymore, is it?
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't dare have that on there. Woke as fuck that is now. But there you go. So for a franchise once synonymous with cultural relevance and mass appeal, Starfleet Academy is now being outperformed by independent YouTube commentators and novelty live streams. That's not hyperbole. It's the data. We know this. We'll talk about it. Of course, they're going to talk about it. We already talked about it, but fuck it. In an apparent attempt to juice interest, they released the Starfleet Academy premiere episode for free on YouTube. The strategy backfired spectacularly. 4 days after release, the episode has managed just 159,000 views. That we just looked at it. I don't know what the view count was at. We looked at the likes and dislikes. 177,000 views since then. And you can bet your ass that a good half of them are only going there for the comments.
Right.
Oh, I was about to ask, did they leave comments on?
Brilliant comments. Wonderful comments. Some of the best comments you've ever seen. We had the one that says to boldly go where no one wanted. We got another one to boldly leave the comments section open. Thanks, Critical Drinker. The comments did not disappoint. Why does the bridge look like a Dave and Buster's? So many body positivity people. I'm amazed even the ship took off. I miss 90s Star Trek. The captain reminds me of a manager at a Dollar Tree. She's dead, Jim. 001 paused, scrolled to the comments. That's literally what I just did. Finally, the Federation's most pressing threat, microaggressions in 0G. We are the Borg. You will not be assimilated.
Good.
20 minutes in, I began to self-inflict injuries. My expectations were not low enough.
That's to lower your standards.
That's it, basically. Yeah, that's it. Wow, I expected nothing, and I'm still let down. And then there's just a whole bunch of people either saying I'm only here for the comments or I'm amazed they left the comments open. So, I mean, you got to give them their flowers for that, I suppose. They actually did stand up to leaving the comments open so that there'd be something that, someone could say.
Right.
But the rest of it is, as Sardoc says, just a big pile of thank you. Anyway, so yeah, you've got a geriatric captain, body positivity bitches everywhere. Rhoda wasn't here when we looked at the clip, but you've probably seen me watch this already. I've done it at least twice on Hyperdrive Time since MagesGuild first sent it to me. Rosie O'Donnell guest stars as it's not actually Rosie O'Donnell, but looks a lot like her. Guest stars as, I suppose, a science officer who apparently has a bit more of an impulsive side than Spock, because she recommends something that would threaten the entire ship, and the captain responds by saying something.
Well, let's not turtle the ship on our first run.
The Badlands.
Let's not turtle
I do appreciate that they were able to make the comm badges more gynocentric and vaginal.
Yeah, have you noticed that as well? Yeah, they're sort of like this shape now, like almost like a vagina. Yeah. Very much.
Oh, so it never looked like that, huh?
No, it was always like a like a sort of a pointy triangular
star,
like a star, like a shooting star. Yeah,
kind of like you're trekking through the stars or something.
Yeah, Starfleet, of course. Yeah. Whereas now it's like this sort of weird, sort of mechanical claw thing, like the mandibles of some
it looks like a metallic labia and a clitoris.
Looks like a metallic labia. That's what it looks like.
It looks like a pussy.
Yes.
It looks like a pussy. It even has a little clit at the top where the actual Starfleet logo is.
Yeah.
There we go. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And it's I feel like this is the Acolyte moment for Star Trek. Like, it can't get any dumber than this. It's so dumb now. It's genuinely like impossible to get any worse. It's a parody at this point. But the other thing, of course, is the fact that the captain herself is about 67 years old, IRL, and talks like Princess Leia after 40 years of cocaine, when she was, randomly probably pepped back up with the stuff to act in Star Wars for 2 scenes, and talked like this the whole time. Like,
and go Mary Poppins through space.
I think they told her to talk like that to look more or feel more intimidating, because she's a scrawny old lady, and so they're like, okay, you're gonna have to talk a certain way. And I guess in her mind is like, like what would a cool, intimidating man sound like this? Hey,
I'm here to tell you, you gotta go blow up the Death Star. Yeah. Fucking appalling. Anyway, also the main male in the show is a criminal, because apparently we're now in pure dystopia, 1,000 years on from the original series, and it seems to be taking place in an alternate timeline, the timeline of the Burnham verse, which apparently is an alternate timeline. I don't know. I haven't kept up with this shit. I have a bloody clue. But what I do know is that in the trailer, there was a quick shot where this sort of burly, muscular Crimbo guy sort of looked at her, and she looked up at him, and it was like this sort of lingering gaze that made me think they're going to do a fucking relationship, aren't they? They're going to do what they did with Ibrahim and Kate Lethbridge Stewart in The War Between the Land and the Sea, and have a young man be in a relationship with this old, dusty, old woman.
Well, he did take him in, Will, so clearly he has to reciprocate.
Well, so she can take him in.
Yes.
So she took him in to take him in.
Yes. It's in stages, you see. Yeah.
I'll let you be in Starfleet, and you can lick my pussy.
It's like the criminal's basically her rescue dog, and the Starfleet
peanut butter on her clothes.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly where I was going with this. Yes.
Now be a good boy. Get over here and lick grandma's pussy.
Bridges her Jiffy peanut butter. That's right.
Fucking hell.
Come and exercise my haunted pussy.
Don't worry about the cobwebs.
They don't care.
Oh no!
Yeah, put a little salt on it and be as good as new.
You know you've been mad when she moves her legs and it goes, yeah. You know? Anyway, I'm sorry, but I don't care. Like, okay, Holly Hunt, you're an old woman. You should not be playing a captain in a Star Trek. And I don't, nothing against her. I'm sure she's a lovely lady. But whoever wrote a 67-year-old starship captain deserves to be fired on the spot, possibly out of a cannon into a brick wall. But there we go. That would be more entertaining than watching this. You know, I'm sure. So anyway, where are we then? So 159,000 views, up to 177,000 now. For a flagship Hollywood IP with decades of brand equity behind it, that is laughable. To put this in perspective, YouTube channels like The Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic routinely outperform that figure in a single day without the backing of a major studio, a billion-dollar corporation, or a built-in fan base cultivated over nearly 60 years. This wasn't a hidden upload. It was promoted, it was pushed, and it's still face-planted. Because no one's interested. Oh, and we've got a new contender.
That's right. That's right. We've got our Downsy hologram.
I know. Yeah. So we've got this bitch who's a hologram. Yes, that's right. They made a hologram to join Starfleet, and they made her fat, right? And also dumpy, also possibly suffering from some sort of mental disease. They're dressed like Chairman Mao with the hair of Mickey Mouse. And then further than that, it's fucking crazy. Oh, you never heard that one? That's old. I've been saying Mickey Mouse for like 5 years, maybe. But there we go. Anyway, so this year's this one. But the other question is, if you're gonna have a hologram on your ship, why do they need to go into Starfleet Academy and learn how to do it?
Right. They're kind of software.
Why didn't you just program the perfect person for the job?
Right.
And then create Spock, you know?
Right. It seems the reason that you would employ a hologram is so that you could have a knowledge base that's readily accessible.
Yeah, skip to the end. No need for training. Yeah.
Yeah, just like the amazing word.
And if we're gonna create a hologram, can it at least be look sexy and not like this person right here? You know, at least a good looking hologram or something. I don't know.
They didn't want people to be intimidated by the vast power of the hologram, so they dumbed it down, made it downsy, and made it. I
would not take any advice from this fucking hologram. I'd rather take advice from Furious Dan before I take advice from this person.
Yeah.
Taking advice from Dan 12 after he's played 12 hours of Code Violet.
And fuck you, Roadkill, saying wood.
Roadkill says wood. Yeah, but that's Roadkill. You know what he's like.
Indeed. He is our designated grenade jumper around here. You know, he'll jump on any grenade.
And just in case this wasn't a good enough picture of the young lady, we have a better one. Presumably, this is her mugshot. So,
wait.
And we have a septum piercing.
I think that's the girl that plays the friend of Ironheart. I think that's the singer that plays her character. I think.
Really?
The best friend. I think. And she has like big glasses in the show. I think.
Her name is Kerry Brooks. No, apparently not. Apparently she's in a show called Feeling Randy.
Oh, I think I'm just racist, and I think
they all just look alike.
They all just look the same to you. That's it.
Right. Yep.
There you go.
Here's your gold star for the day. There's you've done your racist bit.
Yep. There we go.
I'm your master. You are my possession. Don't raise up on me. I'm all there.
Haven't had a while. Haven't had to use that one for a while. Anyway,
it's from Eastbound
from Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, Eastbound and Down.
Oh,
yeah. It's a old FX series.
Danny McBride is Kenny Powers, and Will Ferrell plays what's his name? Something Schaefer. He's a total sadistic bastard who owns a car dealership, and he's a monster, and apparently a white supremacist too. But there we go. Anyway, so this actually happened, and shortly after, Nerdrotic went live and did a stream featuring literally a Spock action figure on his chair. And that live stream actually tripled the audience of the official premiere of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. It's that's embarrassing, to say the least.
Sad to see. But,
yeah, it's extremely. I mean, this is just a brilliant idea, an absolutely brilliant idea. I don't know where the fucking stream is actually. I need to try and find it, but because I haven't actually seen it myself. But let me see if I can find it a second. No, we just got Friday Night Tights and a bunch of other stuff. No, latest. No, not seeing it. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter. He probably did it on a different channel or something like that, so as to not fuck with his algorithm. He's not a stupid man. Might have done it on Nerdrotic Live or something like that. I'm still not seeing it. Still not seeing it. But it doesn't matter anyway. The point is, that's what he did. He went live and just literally put Spock on a chair and left it there. That's why, and it actually did triple it. We found out that within moments, it had exceeded the 1,300 live views that Star Trek got. Had 1,500. It was on Nerdrotic Live. Yeah, it's not there anymore, unfortunately. Or at least I can't find it. And yeah, so it was on Nerdrotic Live. He literally just put a plastic toy in a chair of Spock. And that's it. Nice. And at the actual peak, it had over 3,000 people watching it. Proving that people will watch anything that you do on YouTube, especially if you're doing it for a meme. So there you go. A plastic toy sitting still pulled 3 times the viewers of Kurtzman's supposedly next generation Star Trek. There is no charitable interpretation of that outcome. YouTube numbers are ugly, but the Paramount Plus chart movement is even more damning because the show didn't just cool off, it fell off a cliff almost immediately. According to Flix Patrol's daily Paramount Top 10 tracking, Starfleet Academy debuted at number 3 in the United States on January 16th, which sounds strong until you look at what happened next. Within 24 hours, it slid to number 6. Stayed there for 2 more days, and then by the 4th day, it had fallen to number 10 and then dropped off completely. Off Paramount's charts. That's not all platforms. That's Paramount. I used Flix Patrol when we were monitoring Doctor Who to try and get some sense of the Disney numbers. And so you can see what's tracking on their platform only. It'll be a couple of weeks before we'll get to see the consolidated all platform charts, where of course Starfleet Academy won't even be on it because nothing is ever on the top 10 streaming charts except for Netflix, Hulu, and occasionally Disney Plus. So there you go. No, this thing has not moved the needle even a little bit. Even a little bit. By the way, we have a gay Klingon.
Yep, in a dress.
Yep, in a skirt. Yep, channeling Shooty Gatwa, a skinny Klingon in a skirt. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
They ruin everything.
They ruin everything. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly it. You're not wrong. But there you go. So, yeah. Apparently
he's also wearing hosiery.
Yeah, he's wearing tights under it as well. I feel bad for that
I
guy.
really don't think the social atmosphere on Kronos would be conducive to that behavior.
I don't think so either. But no, it definitely wouldn't, in fact. But here's another thing as well. This poor bastard, whoever he is, right, in that suit, is having to wear fucking tights. Like pantyhose.
Right.
So either that, or they've allowed him to let his nuts breathe by giving him stockings. I don't want to think about that, man. I like lingerie. or crotchless. No.
I mean, for a second, I thought that was Little Nas.
Right. But there you go. And it's been getting awful reviews on Rotten Tomatoes as well. Not just, I mean, obviously the critics think it's great, as always. But where is it? Starfleet Academy. Yeah. It's now been Mau says 4 days that it's not moved. Neither of them have moved. 87% for critics, 43% from audiences.
It's dead, Jim.
Yeah. And I think on Criticless it's even worse. Let's have a look. Yeah, Criticless is here. We've got 6%.
Shoot for the stars.
Reach for the stars.
Wait, was that really the cover for the thing? They're just laying on the grass like that?
Yeah.
Yes,
indeed. This is indeed the poster.
Yes.
It looks like The Hills or something, you know.
Star Trek 902. I know.
That is not
Star Trek
when I
90210,
picture when I picture sci-fi show. I don't.
Right? No one does.
No.
Just that one guy with it just looks like any normal fucking high school or college show, except for the one guy with the massive facial deformity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't see the 67-year-old woman laying down here in the grass because it would have
She'd
been
never get
forever.
back up.
Be able to get back up.
If you're gonna go down that low, you might as well go down 6 feet more.
This is like a Star Trek Degrassi looking show.
Well, I don't really know because I haven't watched it, but I presumably at some point this must take place at an actual academy.
Right, Starfleet Junior High.
Starfleet Deep Space 90210. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, nice.
It's appalling. It's the perfect storm of everything being wrong, just like the Acolyte. Like, this has got to be one of the worst posters I've ever seen. And the only thing I can think of that's as bad as this would be the tampon fucking lightsaber that they had for the Acolyte.
Right.
The blood skid mark. Fuck's sake.
Do you ever have that not so fresh feeling? Try Starfleet Academy.
Don't let it take up too much of your time. I'm sure you're going to be very busy playing tennis in tight white jeans and pouring blue liquid on things. But there you go. So there you go. In the UK, it also fell from 3 to 5 to 10 in short order. Usually they all stabilize near the top, but it did not. Oh, we got another good nickname, Klutzman. That's a good one. Klutzman and Curseman. Attorneys at Wall. Starfleet Academy didn't build momentum. It bled. Despite being a major Star Trek launch, it never reached number 1 on Paramount. Oops. That's fucked. So it's getting worse and worse and worse. Ah, God, there she is. That bitch.
There it is.
That bitch, Ray Skywalker, Ray Palpatine, rather, of fucking Star Trek.
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus.
That really was where it started to go wrong.
Yeah. Started continuing
at that point. I watched literally every episode of Star Trek ever.
That's right. It's like
and all the movies and the animated series.
How can we not only put out a completely tone deaf release, but how can we also manage to destroy legacy series as well by duct taping this thing onto it and just like, oh, but you never knew. I'm Spock's sister.
Right? The oh god, yeah, Spock's sister. I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's such a Mary Sue thing as well. Just like Ray, you've got to be everything to everyone all the time. It's actually very similar to the Acolyte when you think about it. Like they rapidly and wildly depart from the time frame that the most of the story is in, go to a completely different area, and then literally just fuck around and make stupid, campy bullshit for chicks out of a male franchise.
Yep.
And it's not like only men like Star Trek, although I'd say it's significantly more of a masculine-oriented franchise than even Star Wars is.
Yep.
Because there's a lot more science-y and it's actual sci-fi, whereas Star Wars is space fantasy. You know?
Yeah, I think one thing we've learned in all of this, though, is leave misogynistic power fantasies to men, because at least they make sense in a manly way. When women go and try to do it, it's completely misguided and ultimately just ends up smelling like Gwyneth Paltrow's candle room.
Yep, that's it.
I'm seeing new names in the chat. Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome in.
Yes, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we are indeed just ripping apart Star Trek Starfleet Academy, because it's scarcely possible to actually believe that this exists.
Yes.
It really is difficult to imagine that they could make this much of a mistake after everything that they went through with Discovery and Picard.
Well, you know, one thing is for certain: you don't make a mistake like this by chance. Like, this was, you set out to make this big of an error. You have to. There's no way that it can just, you know, kind of happen. Like, this is a focused effort. You have to go out of your way to really try to be subversive and ultimately just miss the target by a mile and get everything completely, you know, 180 degrees reversed from what it is even intended to be. You know, there's being off by a degree or two, and then there's this. Yeah.
I mean, back then, even the female aliens were fucking hot. And you would like kind of be like, hey, am I okay mentally that I kind of find this alien kind of hot? It's just, everything's ugly now. Everything.
And
on purpose, they want to take everybody's joy away.
Fiat Punto asked if we have seen the Disney streaming viewing figures leaked on Reddit for Doctor Who. And no, I heard of it, but I didn't know where to find it. If anyone has a link, I would appreciate that. I'll see if I can find something. But oh wait, hang on.
Roadkill is evidently willing to go after this space hog as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Isn't it the same one? Oh no, he was looking at Downsy.
He was at Downsy, Downsy Graham.
Okay, I think I found it. The Disney ratings 13 hours ago. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Hang on a minute. Let me save it. That's just Disney. Right, hold on. Let me put it in a new tab and zoom in. Okay, what we got here? Star Beast streams in minutes. 122 million. Woof. 4-week total. 2 million. Worldwide, this is. That's awful.
Whoa.
1 million for the giggle. 886 for the Church on Ruby Road.
Oof.
1.4 million for Space Babies. Oh my god. 1.2 for the Devil's Cord. 762,000 for Boom. Million for 73 yards. 907. So yes, as I predicted long ago, worse than the BBC. way worse than the consolidated numbers on the BBC. 650,000 views for Empire of Death. And unlike fucking you know, in the UK, no one gives a fuck if there's a Doctor Who Christmas special on Disney Plus, because it's even lower.
Yep.
For Joy to the World. 613,000 views. No wonder Disney didn't want nothing. Wanted out of this deal immediately.
Right?
God, it's terrible. Why did they put the church on Ruby Road as the 4th? In what? So, Star Beast, then Devil's Court, then
the odd thing is that Christmas episode, notorious for being the most watched things that Doctor Who generally puts out, is the it's the lowest viewed thing on this list.
That is bizarre. Yeah, no, they are actually in the order that they aired them in the right order. It's just that I wasn't reading the dates. And then the Robot Revolution. So by the time that, so let's compare then. Where are we? Space Babies was the first episode of series 114 or 40. Got 1.4 million views. By the start of season 215 or 41, 1/3 of that.
Yeah.
Well, 40% of it. Jesus Christ. Not even 40%, 38% maximum. Holy shit. That is fucking damning. That's worse than I thought. Oh. that. Oh, wow. That's appalling. Fucking hell.
Yep.
It is funny, isn't it? We've been right about absolutely everything. Even us, the little old small streamers over here on this backwater channel have been totally right about absolutely everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it was just rational common sense.
Yeah. You didn't need these numbers, but now that we've got them, it's hilarious. And you can see them tracking downward and downward and downward too. So you can believe they got worse than this, way worse than this. But I mean, that's the season opener.
Yeah.
The Robot Revolution.
Planet of the Incels.
Planet of the Incels, yeah. 615,000 views. Oh, shit. God damn. No wonder they wanted nothing to do with it. Fucking hell. That is appalling.
And that's actually 2,000 more than the Christmas special.
Right.
Yep. That's deader than Star Trek. Let's get some subs. Yeah, you know.
No wonder they want to collaborate, you know.
Join the Grift Force. There's lots of white names in there today. I don't like it. Anyway, I don't like white people.
The irony is,
go green for the princess.
Because they've been talking about doing this collaborative work between Star Trek and Doctor Who. Who's it gonna benefit? Because it seems like they're both doing everything they can to like tear down their own audience. So who are you expecting to get the bump from on which side exactly? Because they're both just failing properties that seem to be beyond decline. Like they're in full on rigor mortis at this point.
Maybe they're hoping 2 negative charges will result in a positive one.
Okay, perhaps, maybe. Right.
Or maybe they're just absolutely fucking desperate.
I think it might be that one.
Well, I've just shared that with the rest of the Truvians. So that'll be winging its way to multiple YouTube channels now over the next few days, I would imagine. Oh dear. Looks like I'm going to have to record a new video and delay my other one till the day after.
Oh well.
Stop the presses. It's time to laugh at Disney, Doctor Who, and the BBC all over again, baby.
That's right.
All over again. Appalling. Oh, well, there we go. Anyway, that's that. So Star Trek is absolutely shunted, and so is Doctor Who. Is anyone surprised? Am I actually delivering news here or just confirming our speculations?
No.
And as for Mr. Kurtzman, all I can say is
I did hear, I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not, but I did hear that Robert Picardo, the EMH, is supposed to be in Starfleet Academy as well.
He is, and he went off on people for talking bad about the series.
I know he was. I wasn't sure if he was just talking about Star Trek in general there, but I did see something about that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that he went off them, but I know he was obviously from Voyager, and I knew he'd been involved in this as well. What did he have a go at him for?
He was fan shaming for people.
Oh right, yeah, he was having a go at us. Yeah, I thought you meant he was having a go at them.
No.
Yeah, no, I did see that. Alex Kurtzman for Wanker of the Week. Might actually include him in that. Yeah, could certainly. All right, okay, I'll try to remember that. In the meantime, then let's pivot. Talk a little bit about. Oh, actually, Rhoda's here now, so we can. Nah, fuck it. Let's stay on the bad news first.
Indeed. I've done a feeling, Will seems to be turning into a Decepticon.
Oh, fuck. You're all fine. That's weird.
Yeah, you're good now.
You're back now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's cool. Anyway, yeah. So, if you had to pick one thing that Kathleen Kennedy regrets about her run as the CEO of Lucasfilm, what would you pick?
Everything.
It's true.
Being the CEO of Lucasfilm.
100 mistakes video. That was very good.
If I can only put one answer, I'm just going to say all of it.
Okay. My answer is just yes.
Assuming she doesn't think that way, and yet she still has to acknowledge a mistake or an error. What do you think it is?
Oh God, it's going to be something so superfluous and completely just what?
Not giving what's his name enough screen time.
Who?
His name Boyega?
Oh, Boyega. Right. No, that's not it. Actually, that would be a sensible one. No, this actually is a sensible thing. Like, you got to imagine, like, what's one thing she cannot lie her way out of?
I suppose, I don't know, maybe I don't know that she would ever own up to wearing the Force's female shirt. It was
no, she still thinks that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps knowing fuck all about the franchise before she took it over.
Nah, she never admit that.
Yeah.
Let's
she
think
didn't hire enough women.
Actual quantifiable failures. That you can't...
Okay, so we shouldn't have done Solo.
Right, there you go. That's the one thing she says is a fuck up, and I actually think it's festering.
There wasn't enough women. There wasn't enough women in Solo to make it successful. Don't you see?
Now she's actually come out with one thing that makes sense in all of the other jibber jabber that she went on with. She says, "Solo, a Star Wars story, is her only regret." Cuckoo.
My only regret is I don't have any regrets.
What are you doing? Yeah, no, apparently it's got nothing to do with, like, decanonizing the entire extended universe. Nothing to do with completely felting all of the original characters, not putting Han, Luke, and Leia in a scene together.
Trying to focus on the concept of the world within worlds so you can do an all-out reboot eventually. Like,
never got around to that. Not having to shut down production of new movies on an annual basis because of this, or just the general dividing of the fans, giving Rian Johnson a contract to direct and write a Star Wars movie. No, none of that. No, it's only the one that she cannot possibly paint as a good thing, because we all know it was the first ever Star Wars movie to actually lose money.
Right.
And make bugger all at the box office. So that's what she's saying. She apparently has said she has no real regrets towards her stewardship of Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and even Willow.
Which has been removed from the platform and memory hold for all of recent time.
You're fucking mental, Kathleen.
Oh dear.
Down the fucking crack pipe. Anyway, so there we go. Yeah, so apparently she has a bit of regret. A bit of regret.
Yeah, she didn't hire enough women.
for having her name attached to the only Star Wars movie to have ever lost money.
Real record achiever there, you know.
I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it? I mean, like, you have to be living in some fucking world of delusion to think that. But yeah, officially, blah, 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 blah. At one point asked by the host as to what she ultimately felt had been highs and lows of running a company built on such beloved IP, she said the highs include realizing how many people love Star Wars. Whoa, I don't think that's a high at all there. I think think the major reason that she may have realized that is by how many people were fucking livid and calling for her to be fired.
Yeah. I believe all the people that loved Star Wars hated everything that you did with it. And that's how you found out, because they were quick to tell you.
Madness. Anyway, there we go. Help us hit the goal, guys. We'd like to fill up the limit bar and give you your Goonomics record little piece of reward there. So she says the majority of people, and certainly the people that I run into and people outside the business, they love Star Wars. Yeah, but they don't like you. They love the movies. They might love all the shows.
No.
You liar!
Exactly. Just no.
They might love some of the shows.
You liar!
They might love none of the shows.
Yeah, yes, that's the one. There it is. None is what you're
indeed. She says, but when I came into this, I realized a few things. We had walked in at a moment where there hadn't been any movies for 10 years or more. Why is she acting like that's a big deal? Before the prequel, there hadn't been a movie in like 26 years.
Right. So what you had at that point in time was untapped potential. And you probably should have thought, let's not squander this. Let's do our best. Let's really put in the time and the effort to shepherd this thing into the light and bring it back in a way that shows craft and care and mastery and, you know, just like actually like legitimate, you know, giving a shit. And that was not the course of action from
pay
moment
attention
one.
to the lore, pay attention to the characters, pay attention to the scripts that were given to you by George Lucas.
Really plan this out and not make any drastic moves for at least 5 years. Let's not even fucking do anything other than just get this thing under control and within capable hands. You know?
Yeah. And then write a treatment for an entire trilogy.
Right.
And have one person write the entire thing.
And
so
know the whole thing from end to end.
Yeah.
And just go and film it. But no.
Completely insane. But she says there was still the memory of the greatest series of movies in cinema history. So you're walking into something that has enormous expectations, yet at the same time, you know that you've got to find new characters and you have to expand the galaxy.
No, you don't.
You didn't really have to do that immediately.
Nobody
I mean, there aren't that many new characters in the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody who's trying to rein in lifestyle groups. Someone saying that, you know, you have to find a new characters and ways to make the thing bigger. No, not really. I mean, if you're already making extreme profits.
I mean, what did they do to expand the galaxy? They had a planet that was basically just Timu Tatooine, right? And they had a planet that was basically just Timu Hoth. Then they had a forest planet. Then they had another desert planet. Then an ocean planet. All been done before.
Yep. The only thing that was kind of an outlier to anything was the tropical-looking paradise that was in Rogue One. And even that was just still more sand, just with trees.
Right, sorry, 16 years, not 26. But yeah, so no, you didn't really need to do any of that. You just needed to satisfy the audience. Because she says here, you need to think about who the new audience is. It was the same audience.
Yeah, the new audience is the old audience, believe it or not.
I mean, I was 30 when when Force Awakens came out.
Yeah, because the new audience is comprised of families that continue to have families, and so if
continue to influence them, show them the cool things that they
right.
like.
So you really don't have to change much at all. It seems as though there's already a built-in audience that'll do a lot of the work for you if you just show them respect. And
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's exactly how it happened. Because, like, my dad was a huge sci-fi fan in general, and I picked it all up from him, like Alien, like the Alien trilogy, and Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yep.
Like almost all of it I got from my dad.
Yeah,
exactly. See, I didn't have that. I found all these things myself or through friends, and then I ended up getting my dad into them because my dad was never had time to sort of be around to sit and be part of the zeitgeist outside of the jazz world.
Yep.
So the zeitgeist is
you're botting again.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
That's weird. But anyway, so I kind of found them, and then we shared them together that way. I was like, hey, look at this, it's Star Wars. And he's like, oh yeah, that, yeah. And then I was like, why don't you sit down and watch it with me? He's like, oh, I don't know, it's just kind of stupid, isn't it? I thought you liked sci-fi. Okay, fine. It's not sci-fi. But yeah. And then and of course loved it, absolutely loved it.
Well, like what I was saying, the trick you see is to just respect the existing audience, and they'll go out and they'll tell other people about it, thereby creating a new audience. If you just go and bypass the oppressor of the old audience and just say, no, we're just going to go directly for a new audience, based on what?
Right.
that seems like a really bad idea.
And of course, that means the original audience are going to do the exact opposite and tell people to stay away from it.
Exactly.
And as we discovered quite obviously during the Acolyte, more of us, more of you fucking saga, there are in fact far more old school Star Wars fans than there are Disney Star Wars fans. I would say 100 to 1.
Exactly.
And I'd say that's not really exaggerating.
Yeah.
Genuinely, she says the highs include bringing in a new audience. I think we did find new characters. We continue to find new characters. Yeah, they're all terrible.
Right.
Who did you invent? Rey, the most hated character in all of Star Wars.
Woo!
Rose, the second most hated character in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Finn,
Basil,
people wanted to like, but didn't. Basil, the fucking genderless,
genderqueer space rodents. Yeah.
Yeah. What else did they invent? Oh, the Mandalorian, Din Djarin. Fuck's sake, that name's bullshit. And then what did they do? Cuck him in his entire show, make it about Luke Skywalker because they needed to do damage control for fucking Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi.
Right.
What else? Oh, Ahsoka Tano already existed before you took over. What else? Oh, you went back to Han Solo, but it didn't work, did it? What else? Oh, Poe Dameron. I'd really like to know.
People.
I would really like to know who Poe Dameron is one day. That'd be interesting because he got about 5 minutes in The Force Awakens, and then he was in an incredibly fraught situation where he had to be a mutinous dickhead pretty much, even though he was right the whole way through The Last Jedi. And then what at the end we barely any of him in Rise of Skywalker, as far as I'm aware either. Somehow Palpatine returned. That's what we get.
Yep. They did also create compassionate sand people. We can't forget that. That's important.
Who all died and everyone cheered. if you've not seen the EFAP watches, the Boba Fett series, mate, so funny when he wakes up and all the sand people have died, or he gets back and they're all dead. Everyone started cheering and they put like blue party poppers on the screen and stuff. It's so funny. Because I was hoping for it. I was like, come on, let them all be dead. Let them all be dead. It'd be very Star Wars. That'd be the most Star Wars thing Disney's done if they're all dead. Yes, they're all dead. Yes, no more compassionate sand people. Fuck off. They had Boba Fett be a fat, clueless wanker. Well, no, I'm the crime boss. You're supposed to pay me. sounds like the sort of thing that the people in the writers' room should be saying to each other. But the other thing they should be saying is, we resign. We're clearly not good for this.
Right.
We continue to find new characters, yet not one that anyone likes. Have you seen the fucking shop shelves at Ollie's? They're stacked with Rays and Roses and Poes and Finns and Kylos and everything. No one cares. And they took the most interesting character of Finn, turned him into a comedy character, and the second most interesting potentially character of Kylo Ren, and made him just an angsty teen who couldn't decide what he was going to do, murders his dad, then still comes back to the light.
Yeah.
Because the ghost, not the ghost, the fucking memory of Han Solo forgives him. Mate, I can summon a memory of anyone I want to forgive me for anything I've ever fucking done.
That's right. It's all right. I imagine that the person that I had all those problems with me said it's all
I
good.
Murdered. My father
Right.
that I murdered.
Right. So we're good now.
I imagine that he I imagined that he showed up and told me it was all fine. So I'm good to get a blue lightsaber again. Fuck off. Then died.
Right. Thanks
They
for turning
invented
me
force
into
powers. Go on.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, son, thanks for turning me into your popsicle.
Oh,
That was terrible. Yeah, you should have just pressed on.
should never let you speak. Yeah. They invented force that didn't make sense. Like, ghosts can now use lightning to blow things up in the world of the living.
And the forced grab where you can materialize shit from across the universe.
You can fucking teleport shit to each other. Yeah.
Just force faxing actual real world items.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. Jesus. And of course, the mother of them all, force healing, which literally renders the entire fucking plot of the prequels moot. Because any of those Jedi could have turned around and healed themselves or others. And Anakin needn't have worried about Padme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, she's going to die in childbirth. Just use force healing. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Happily
yeah.
ever after.
Yeah, I mean, where's Qui-Gon Jinn?
I think Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord. Oh, we're going to go arrest him. You okay with that, Anakin? Yeah, I'm not worried about anything. See ya.
Right. I got these cool healing powers.
Oh, but by the way, he's really powerful. Maybe take all the Jedi with you. I think he's been controlling both sides of the war. It all comes unraveling if Anakin isn't scared out of his fucking mind about Padme.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking absolutely.
There's nothing to
imbecilic.
seduce. Yeah.
Even if he had gone through with killing Mace Windu and all that other shit, right? He still wouldn't have fully turned to the dark side because he still would not be bothered about Padme.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Fucking absurd. Look at this bitch. Look at that face. I'm Kathleen Kennedy. I ruin everything I touch. Fucking bitch. God, I hate her. Anyway, put a chicken in it, pig. Put a chicken in it, make it lemon gay. Put another lesbian diverse woman in it. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Anyway, she says to the Lows, you've got a very, very small percentage of a fan base that has enormous. Oh,
okay.
A very small percentage.
Coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Yes, a small percentage that was somehow able to, for the course
Influence
of 40
all of
years, right, substantially fund a property, to
be the biggest of all time.
Right. But that's just a small percentage of people you see.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, just a very small percentage of the fan base with enormous expectations. No.
Right.
No,
The very
it's
people
basically all of them
kept you aloft and in a job for 40 years just a small percentage.
Yeah. Well, no, because this is the cope, of course. They think that the majority of the Star Wars fan base stuck with them when the opposite is actually true. And they fucking know that, really. She's lying. She's not stupid here. She's lying. She knows full well that 90% of the Star Wars fan base is never coming back to anything.
That's right. The small percentage is the new audience that you were seeking, and that's now all you have left.
The Lugabutakas, the Stans, the Shippers, the Raylos.
Right.
All
12. The people who tried to raise money to get the Acolyte on a fucking Times Square billboard and got like the smallest one, and it changed nothing. And it took them months to raise the
and it's
money.
one of those digital billboards too, so it only lasts for like 40 seconds.
Like 12 seconds or something, it was gone. Yeah. And it was like $5,000 or something for that. And it took them months to raise that. But hey guys, there's more of us.
Right.
No, I think you'll find there are hashtag way more of us. Anyway, and if you're not going to do that, then going in that you're going to disappoint them. Well, then why'd you do it?
Right.
If you knew you were going to disappoint them, why did you do it?
Right.
Because you actually thought that they were a small percentage, but then you discovered when The Rise of Skywalker came out, made half the money that The Force Awakens made, and every rating going down and down and down since then, up to The Acolyte, which you cancelled after one season. That you were wrong, but you still can't admit it. Pathetic.
Never.
Pathetic. All you can try to do is tell good stories. You failed. And try to stick to the essence of what George Lucas created. You failed. You didn't even try. You actively went in the other direction. You embedded incredible values into Star Wars and what it has to say. Yes, and you killed them. The whole idea of hope and fun and entertainment is in what he's done over these years. That's what I tried to preserve. You failed spectacularly. You singularly failed. You did the exact opposite. You deconstructed and destroyed everything that Lucas created. You didn't actually manage to preserve any of it, except for the merchandising, which you still can't actually sell. You destroyed a franchise. Absolutely absurd. Anyway, that's there we go. Mr. Sardoc says 5K. Wow, I have more than that in my bleeping savings account. Way more than that. Yeah, good to know. Nice to know. Would you like some Dobon Honkeros, perhaps? And I wouldn't do it any differently, and I wouldn't change anything. Well, then this conversation is over. Fuck off, bitch. Anyway, the only thing she did mention was Solo. Maybe a bit of regret about Solo, a Star Wars story. She says she brought Kasdan on. They were excited, but then you realize fundamentally, conceptually, you cannot replace Han Solo, at least right now, which is a really funny thing to say.
When you killed him off?
Except that, you murdered him. You had him killed off. Yeah. And it wasn't even fucking Harrison Ford's idea. And then there's the cope of, well, Harrison Ford really didn't want to play Han Solo anymore. It's like, bitch, you wanted the money.
Right.
Han Solo will do anything for money.
Yeah.
Anything that lets him buy more fucking kind bud.
Right. And at the time that he said that was decades ago, when his job prospects, Harrison Ford, were quite different than they are these days. At this point in time, he'd be more than happy to have a built-in paycheck of going and throwing on the Han Solo gear and just doing the thing. And he'll say whatever you want. You know, he doesn't care about any of this shit. He just wants the paycheck. So, you know, you kind of fucked it up.
Yeah, there you go. She says, as wonderful as Alden Ehrenreich, I can never say his name. It's just too many strange vowels together. Just Alden Ehrenreich, you know, was right. Yeah, it was really good. It was wonderful. But you cast him as Han Solo, and you shouldn't have done that. That was really dumb. Really dumb.
We cast him based on the fact that his name already sounded like it was from Star Wars.
They cast him based on the fact that they thought he looked like him.
Right.
No.
No.
Not anywhere near enough. Nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
Still, he didn't do a bad job. I can't really.
No, I mean,
that.
he was, as an actor, I understand you want to get paid, do the thing. I don't fault him in the decision. If he hadn't been cast, someone else would, and the results still would have been the same. So it's not on the actor per se, but yeah, this in the pantheon of bad ideas that could have been made and easily avoided. This is definitely one of the top ones right there, where it's like
100%. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Star Wars got felted as well. Of course it did. Wow, we've done really well today. So far, we've managed to cover Star Trek, Doctor Who, and Star Wars. All of them are post-mortem. Sardoc says he'd rather have the Metal Gear Solid boobies. Well,
there is one way to make that happen.
What do we need for that? Fucking hell, I don't even know at the moment.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
$80.
I certainly endorse the idea, but there are certain there's a certain order of things that has to happen for boobies to get unlocked. If you'd be so kind as to oblige me, I would.
Otherwise, I'll never see my wife ever again. So that's why I'm not budging on that.
That's right.
Bring home the bacon or get a job. Right. Okay. Right. Let's talk a bit about this then, because I glossed over it a little bit yesterday in hyperdrive time. But you remember Mark Alexis Gutte, the man who repeatedly came out in defense of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Well, it turns out actually he was the boss of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
For a long time. And clearly, I'm starting to warm to the guy a little bit. Sympathies like that, That's how fat guys get laid. But then, it turns out that he actually was, everything. I don't want to go back over every single tab I had open last time, but effectively, he had a wonderful time working on Assassin's Creed. Yes, it was a fucking shit show towards the end, but I don't know how much of that was to do with him and probably orders from higher up. But he was the executive in charge of Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Most recently, Sardoc, hello for £5. There's for Metal Gear and for $5. Hope we get there, buddy. Hope we get there. But in the meantime, thank you very much. And thank you for $5.
Thank you for $5.
Following it up with 5 for the Griff Force, 5 for the Princesses. Thank you very much indeed.
Help me create the future of the white race.
Am I gonna have to make a video of just anime male characters with huge dongs for Sardoc then or something? We can all go and take a piss break while it plays, yeah? Right. Come back, there's no one in the chairs. It's just literally a chair screen for a couple of minutes afterwards. Maybe Toasty's still here,
Right.
It's just Trump hanging a foot long for 5 minutes.
Actually, speaking of which, you just reminded me. You mentioned Trump. All right, so I live in a red state.
Yeah.
This is how red of a red state that I live in is that we actually have. My sister brought me this from a local gas station, but it is.
What the fuck?
It's a Trump with a removable MAGA hat, and
Perfect.
Yes, it's a sweet toy.
Put it on backwards and turn him into Fred Durst.
Yeah, it's pretty much the idea. But yeah, my sister brought me that the other day.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
there really a lot of silly shit that you can get that's Trump branded and approved.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen this, but fuck it, it's worth it for the lols. Quick non sequitur.
Now, a message from the 45th President of the United Ponds of America.
Let's make fishing great again, okay?
He's his favorite fish, Trumpy Trout.
No one ever seen a fish like me.
Trumpy Trout is an big personality.
I am the hugely bigliest fish in the pond.
Watch his fins flap and his large mouth move as he makes speech after speech in high-fidelity sound.
Some bass, a bad fish, crazy fish, criminal fish, and druggy fish. But some bass are good fish, and I only love some of them.
Mount him to your wall or use the built-in stand to display him proudly on your desk. Now you'll never miss a Trumpy Trout rally.
I'm building a new pond, and the bass will pay for it.
Set him to motion.
All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Just so that we're
buy that. Cute.
Just to be clear, that is 100% legitimate product that you can actually buy. Yeah, it's not a meme. I'm telling you right now. I'm not joking. I'm not memeing. That is a real thing. You can buy it. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on trumpytrout.com.
Woo!
Shout out to Kino Casino for making me aware of that. But there you go.
I want one.
Oh shit! What have I done? Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I just closed.
So
the
Steve
tab
will
on
be
this.
finalizing the purchase of a Trumpy Trout before the
I think you should, what I love about that is you know when we were watching the way Trump talks all the time back in the days before the election and that in the run up to it, what he was planning to do. The way he talks is like blah 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 blah. Like he always does a little run-on bit of his sentence in the middle of between two sentences, like we're gonna build a wall, Mexico's gonna pay, it'll happen very quickly, and then he'll go,
almost like he's reacting to himself in real time.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's his own hype man,
Yeah.
Like he's got his own sidekick standing behind him, repeating what he says in a different way. It's great. I love it. He says his main point of the sentence, then just embellishes a little. Fucking love it. And the fact that they actually got that in the fish was really funny, I thought. It's one of the better Trump impressions I've heard, actually. A lot of people try to do it, but they can't. I can't. I'm not pretending that I'm any good at it. I'm just that mannerism I can do, But anyway, so here we go. Mark Alexis Cote was a loyal company man for Ubisoft, and then they dismissed him. But here's the thing. As the story went, he went on Reddit and basically said a whole bunch of stuff about how he did not in any way regret this. He was happy. He wasn't being forced out. He wasn't going mutually, but he was effectively just, he was being made to go, but he was able to do it on his own terms. He actually wrote this lengthy statement, of which there are only a few things that are actually worth pointing out. He does say, I did not walk away. I stayed at my post until Ubisoft asked me to step aside. He also says, I want to be clear that I hold no resentment. It says a different position was mentioned, but it did not carry the same scope, mandate, or continuity with the work I've been entrusted with in recent years. So
I wasn't about to be demoted.
Right. So this is what it turned out to be. In much the same way that they fucked around with their company and built Vantage Studios to safeguard all their IPs while Ubisoft bears the brunt of the fucking cash flow situation. They did a similar thing to Mr. Cote. So obviously when he was in that Reddit that I just read from, he was talking through his ass. Because actually after 20 years, it turned out, and I think they've got it in here, he said he was disappointed, but Ubisoft said he was disappointed that he chose to leave. So this is where it gets... Why can't I hear myself? This is where it gets a little bit complicated. His departure came amid Ubisoft's restructuring, right? Its new dedicated subsidiary Vantage Studios, funded by Tencent, blah, 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 etc., etc. It turned out that they actually wanted him to become, instead of head of Assassin's Creed, an executive role, they wanted him to be, or rather the head of franchise. They appointed a head of all their franchises. And they wanted him to work only on Assassin's Creed and report to the person who was doing his previous job. So they basically hired someone to take his position, but positioned them higher than him so that he would be reporting to them. In other words, it was a demotion.
Yes.
Yeah. What?
They
I
hired
really
a
can't
hall
hear
monitor.
myself. I'm hearing myself. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing it too. So
Yeah,
we got,
I can hear that, and
speakers going.
I also heard someone's notifications a couple of times.
Oh, okay. Who's not using earphones? I don't know. Anyway, as Cote tells the story, Ubisoft's offer for him to join Vantage did not carry the same scope, mandate, or continuity with the work he had been doing, and would have put him under someone else's authority, a move he called an unacceptable downgrade and a disguised dismissal. Essentially, he's arguing that Ubisoft offered him a chump deal to force him out, knowing or at least assuming he wouldn't take it.
Right.
Of course, he didn't. The problem is, because technically, therefore, he rejected it and left of his own volition, which the company called a voluntary departure, Ubisoft did not give him a severance package.
Right.
So if he was fired, they have to pay him, right?
Right. And I think that that's kind of really what they were actually doing was how do we go and
how do we get rid of our executives without paying them?
Right. So let's go and put a hall monitor position just in front of them, which they'll probably find offensive because, well, it is. And
they'll want to leave.
And yeah.
They won't accept demotions, so technically they're leaving voluntarily.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, well, Ubisoft painted it as him resigning, basically, which he didn't. He categorically did not. He was forced out.
Right.
He was pushed into a position where he either accepted a massive pay cut and a humiliation, or he was going to have to leave.
Right.
And obviously, he didn't. He chose, therefore, in that set of circumstances, to leave. But you can't exactly call that voluntary departure.
Right.
You can, but you can't. You know what I mean? It's a very grey area. Anyway, Cote says that Ubisoft went about his dismissal as he believes it is, the way it did specifically to avoid having to give him his severance, as well as to maintain a non-compete clause. So he is now suing them, demanding 2 years worth of salary and an extra 75,000 Canadian dollars in moral damages. Moral damage for an abuse of power and enfringement on his reputation, which amounts to 1.3 million in Canadian money. So basically, the only reason I'm bringing this up is Ubisoft.
Yeah,
I love it. They are so have you ever seen a company have a year as bad as they did last year? Continuing into this year, since Skull and Bones, really, it's 2 years. Just
right.
Boom.
Yeah, no, generally most people give up by this point in time. You know.
Yeah. I mean, what does giving up look like? Close it down. There's no way the fucking Gilmer wankers will ever give up that gravy train. It's just not going to happen, you know. So, you know, it's just another in a long line of excessive feltings for the big U, and just awful. I mean, this literally they just laid off the people at Massive Entertainment. That's 55 people gone. They also closed down Ubisoft Halifax in Nova Scotia, so that's another bunch of people, potentially 70 people gone. They closed another studio 2 months ago and another one at the end of last year before that. And then another one in the middle of the year. They've just been closing everything and letting everyone go. And this one's going to bite them in the ass. And yet the whole time they try to portray it like something's been going really quite well for them.
Right. Because this is a restructuring and, you know, it has to be good. Yeah. Certainly not an act of desperation to try to hold on to everything that's falling
any kind
apart.
of prestige you can. Yeah. So we've got this situation here where, for once, when you say get woke, go broke, that's actually what happened.
Yep.
They actually did have to shut down like 60 to 70% of their operations.
They had to create a whole new shell company.
Yep.
You know,
just to safeguard their fucking IP so they didn't have to sell them. It's maddening. But there you go. There you go. It's just one of those things, really. I just wanted to laugh at Ubisoft again because I want to see how this goes. I'm firmly in the corner of Mr. Cote. I hope he fleeces them for every single fucking penny they're worth.
Indeed. Anything that can bring suffering to Ubisoft, I do endorse.
Yep. Uck Ubisoft.
Indeed.
I don't know. But there you go. There's that. Next up, right, here's some good news for Rhoda. Capcom reportedly preparing new Resident Evil remake. You must have heard of this already.
No.
Well, good luck. Good news for you because apparently it's Code Veronica.
Oh, awesome. The last thing I saw was that they were saying they were going to do they were actually going to go ahead with Resident Evil 5 remake, which I mean,
what was
pointless.
the thing?
So if it's Code Veronica, then that's much
yeah. I think they chose to do Code Veronica next and not 5 because they're still too scared to touch the racist zombies with a 10-foot pole, which is completely insane considering that nobody really thought it was racist the first time.
No.
And if the game got past waves and waves of fucking journalistic cancer about racism back in 2010 or whenever it was, 2009 or wherever it was. So what exactly has changed since then? Nothing. So why can't you just remake the fucking game? Oh, people's attitudes have changed. Yes, they've become giant clitorises now who are offended by everything.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't really care much for 5 and 6, so I would much rather have Code Veronica anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even if they're shying away from 5 for the wrong reasons, I would much rather have Code Veronica. And also what R2Lisu is saying in chat, also Dino Crisis.
I mean, yeah, actual Dino Crisis, because if the Code Veronica, if Code Violet shit show has taught us anything, it's that people really do want Dino Crisis.
Yeah. There is a fan made
oh yes, there is, yeah.
Dino Crisis that upscaled and everything. And it's free. Right. Yeah, play that.
Yeah, that's right. You can play Dino Crisis Rebirth.
Indeed.
A fan tribute built in Unreal
5.
Better than nothing.
Okay.
Better than kicking the teeth.
Yeah. That is interesting.
It's funny that they haven't received any kind of C&D from Capcom, but hey, whatever. Capcom is expected to announce its next major Resident Evil remake later this year, with the project reportedly focused on Resident Evil Code Veronica. Sorry, I temporarily turned into Jimmy from South Park there. The claim was made over the weekend by industry leader Dusk Golem, who said the reveal will take place in 2026 and will not involve Resident Evil 5.
Wow.
Posting on X. Are they still putting formerly Twitter? Are you
been years, people. Come on now.
Dusk Golem, also known as Aesthetic Gamer, dismissed speculation around other remakes, writing, "No, there is not a Resident Evil 5 remake that's going to be announced this year. Later this year, a Resident Evil remake that starts with C and ends in Ode Veronica is going to be announced. I promise you." Leaker has reportedly previously reported that the remakes of Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica were in development. Cool. So there you go. That's it. Yeah. Code Veronica, year 2000, PS2, Claire and Chris Redfield trying to survive a viral outbreak on a remote prison island. Aren't you on a ship for a lot of that game as well? I feel like, or was it always just an island? Maybe I'm just mixing my memories up.
No, I'm pretty sure that was a ship.
Yeah, I remember thinking, like, that is fucking scary. Imagine being on a fucking ship. Like, it's bad enough in a mansion, but a ship? Fuck. Nowhere to run. The reported remake would follow the launch of the next mainline entry, Resident Evil Requiem, which is scheduled for release February 2026. Are you going to get that, Rhoda?
At some
Requiem?
point, I will. I'm sure I'll get it at some point, but I've got such a backlog at the moment. I'm not buying full price games at the moment.
Yeah, neither am I. If someone gives them to me, I'm very happy, but I'm not asking either.
25 years isn't appropriate.
I'm not particularly. I'm not really a big Resi guy anyway. I like the lore, I like the story, but I just never got into them because the first one scared the piss out of me when I was a kid.
I think the remake of Resi 2 is really, really worth having, and I reckon that's probably quite cheap now. I would.
Yeah.
Generally,
I could sit through that.
Yeah, they're generally down to around $5 every few weeks over on Steam for some kind of sale. That
there's always a Resident Evil sale. Yeah.
Always. Yeah. I mean, I got a PS4 disc of it for about that much.
Yeah. But to date, I've never owned a copy of any Resident Evil game except for 5, which I got because it was cheap for me to get it at Blockbuster or something. I can't remember what it was. I had like a lot of credit with the shop because I was working there at the time, and I picked it up for fucking peanuts. So I got that, and then me and my friend just blasted through it in like one night. But it was a good night. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I had a good time with it. It was all right. A lot of people are not happy with Resident Evil Requiem. I know Leon isn't. You know, if you watch SNH, every single time the game comes up, he goes on a tirade. And to be honest, the last time he did it, he made a lot of really good points, and then no one was arguing with him because there is a lot that's a bit sketchy about it with the retconning of the plot, and like, why is like Raccoon City not just a fucking crater? Like, why is there any of it left for you to explore? But apparently there is. Also, Leon should be like in his mid-50s by now, but still looks the same as he did in Resident Evil.
Using the foreskin cream, you know?
He's on the foreskin cream, yeah. This guy must be an Umbrella product. Seems he's infected as well, which is interesting.
They should at least give him a beard or something. Does he have one yet? A beard?
No, I actually I asked ChatGPT to give me a rendition of Leon as he should look in his 50s, but unfortunately they created Joel from Last of Us instead, so with Leon's hair, so that was it. But yeah, there you go. As it stands now, let's have a look. Resident Evil, any of them on sale? Not currently, but fucking hell, all of them are like $20 or less. So
yeah. Well, there's a Resident Evil sale on Steam like every couple of weeks, really.
I know, yeah, they're always on sale. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, well, interesting. So there you go. You're getting your Code Veronica remake. Good for you guys. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased for you lot. I always like to see when people get what
if it's anywhere near as good as the 2 remake, then that's really exciting. Or like again, as R2's pointing out in chat, the 3 remake was nowhere near up to the same standard. So
I heard that people didn't like it, and they were pissed off because they made Jill Valentine ugly.
Yeah, and it was also that they missed out half the story. It was just like a really short game compared.
I can't remember. Doesn't it take place at the same time as RE2, or like just before and then after it?
Yeah, roughly the same time
too, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, there you go. Anyway, that's cool. So we have this one. Despite massive Switch 2 sales, Nintendo's stock price has dropped 33% over the last 5 months.
Ooh.
So yeah, though nearly every metric shows Nintendo is currently enjoying an impressive run of Switch 2-led success, the drastic drop in their overall stock value across the last few months shows that investors still have some major concerns regarding the company's future. Ran out of breath there. Performance. Yeah, Metroid Prime 4 can't have helped. Per report by GameSpark, as machine translated via DeepL, Nintendo's stock price in Japan has fallen an estimated 30 to 33% over the last 5 months, with its January 13th closing price of 9,950 yen, or $69, representing the first time shares have fallen below 10,000 since April 2025. This comes despite the gangbusters debut of Switch 2, which soon after its June 2025 release managed to prove itself the Nintendo's fastest selling console, if not the fastest selling console of all time. As of September 2025, 10 million units have been sold, along with 20 million units of software. You know what the problem is then? That's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
That shit dried up quick. Or what's being released on the Switch 2 right now? Anything new? Anything third party? No, it's all remakes, rehashes, and upgrades.
Yeah.
Fucking shite. No point. They performed much better. So why the mismatch between share price and sales? Well, according to GameSpark, one major factor is the fact that the slight lack of big titles either available or incoming that could properly seize on the Switch 2's momentum, including exclusives like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Kirby Air Riders. The uncertainty is further caused as concerns exist that operating profit growth may not match the pace of sales, which will sadly be hard to adjust for due to low profit margins from a selling console, with a further hammer blow expected from a surge in RAM prices due to AI, which GameSpark theorizes will likely continue squeezing profits for the next few years. Suffer, Nintendo.
Yeah,
I don't feel remotely bad about it. I mean, like, Nintendo have gone from a company that I had total faith in March last year to a company I can't wait to see suffer more and more and more and more.
Yes.
And if you want to blame people, you blame Doug Bowser, who's now leaving, and people like that who turned Nintendo into just another bloated AAA game studio.
Yep.
Except that they also make overpriced hardware as well.
They went
some
on a
fusion
voyage.
between EA and Apple.
Yes, they went on a voyage of self-discovery, trying to find their inner EA along the way, and it was proving to not have
there, a slightly mildly retarded-looking Donkey Kong.
returns, right?
Donkey Kong. That's not Donkey Kong. That's Danky Kang.
Right. Derpy Kong.
Donkey King. Yeah.
That looks worse than I remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what it looked like on the new game. They tried to make him look more like they made him look in the movie. More cartoonish.
Why?
Stupid. Well, Donkey Kong originally was meant to be a stupid monkey. That's what it means. Donkey Kong. You know?
Yeah.
But then they made him cool. You know, his grandson is cool. You know, and became the new Donkey Kong. And now, apparently, there's another new Donkey Kong, and it's this derpy-faced retard.
Looks like he's moments away from eating a comm badge.
Right? He looks drunk.
No.
He looks like some drunk dude stumbling out of the bar and trying to grope his wife when he walks through the door.
Right.
Hello, love. Give us your kiss. Yeah. Come on, love. Drop him. You know, it's fucking pathetic. But there you go. Nintendo felt it. They can't catch a break. Personally, I think it's more to do with the lack of any fucking games than anything else. But you guys, can you discuss that for a bit? I need to go and fill up my water because my throat is about to start making me. Yeah.
Dude, I loved playing Donkey Kong when I was a kid.
Yeah, I only really played like the original SNES version.
I remember their grandfather, right? Wasn't the grandfather the one with
Cranky
the
Kong? Yep.
He's so cute. I don't know. I got a thing with older men.
That explains me hanging around all the time. But
I even told this on my other.
I remember it quite clearly because I never had a SNES myself, or a SNES. I don't think you say it like that over there, do you?
That's all right.
Never had one myself, but my dad was in a band and his bandmate's kid had it, so I played it over there.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo's current...
It kind of felt like it played a bit like Sonic.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing with Nintendo's current situation is people... They get the thing and now they have it, but what next, right? So that I think is ultimately the issue, is that they're putting out these, you know, kind of touchstones titles try saying that early in the morning, which evidently I can't, to prop this thing up initially. But generally speaking, these games take years for Nintendo to put them out. And so now that these are out on the Switch 2, these are pretty much going to be the versions of the game that you'll have for Switch 2. And there probably won't be another, Mario Kart until they have the next iteration of the Switch or whatever comes next, and things like that. So I think that it's just kind of like, what are you investing into even when you buy a Switch 2, other than just immediate kind of fulfillment for now? But
yeah, well, there was also the scams a little like the games not actually being on the cartridges as well, and I know that's been going on for a while, but all of that kind of like it's a code or it's a pass to download your game. Like, do you know what if you're on holiday and your hotel Wi-Fi is shit and you pick up a game at the market and then you can't play it until you get home?
Right. I think a lot of those early investors that were able to kind of turn a blind eye to those features that everybody else was pointing out as being insufficient and just completely lacking, are actually starting to reveal themselves to the people that were still willing to say, I can look past that. At a certain point in time, that's all that you're left to look at, though, is this situation that it was an unforced error, and yet
absolutely. I mean, like I until all of this stuff came out, like I was saying, like even at the beginning of last year, if it's gonna launch with a new Mario Kart, I'm gonna get one day one, and then I ended up absolutely not ever going to be able to be ever going to want to be buying one, because it's a tablet, not even a particularly powerful tablet, with games that you put in it but aren't really on the cart, and it's completely overpriced, and the games are ridiculously overpriced, considering if you try to compare them with like a PS5 game or something. It's just, I mean, they've thrown it away themselves. The Switch was one of the most successful consoles ever. Is it the most successful console ever?
No.
Yeah, Switch 2 is in terms of sales right now.
Oh god!
Did it finally pass the PS2?
Oh no! I mean, that's all time. You can't compare that because like it took longer. What I mean is, in terms of the time it's been out, it's the fastest selling console.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
but no, the PS2 is still overall the #1 best-selling console ever.
Because it had such a rich library, and I think that's kind of going to be the issue here for the Switch 2. Is it doesn't have.
It's not even just the Switch 2. It's in general, like the entire industry is just not producing as many games.
Oh yeah, my PS5 is a completely superfluous purchase. Didn't actually net me anything really beneficial. I don't have access to my Grand Theft Auto Online save from my PS4. That's about all it managed to do for me, was to lock me into the PS5 environment. I gave up. I stopped playing. It's like, all right, fuck it. So this is just an industry-wide thing at this point in time. Consoles, we're at the end. This is it. The crash is here. And
well, if with like AAA games losing relevance, you don't need the latest console. You can play pretty much anything you actually want to on like pretty much any half decent PC, or obviously Steam Deck we've been using. And
well, see, that's the interesting thing is it does seem like we are in the midst of a console gaming collapse, but gaming as a whole, though, is still thriving. It's just we're seeing the collapse of console gaming.
I mean, to an extent, it is that. AAA in general is flagging because it just can't keep up with the demand. In terms of gamers want games that, well, for starters, end would be nice. No more live services, and in every single game they released, they tried to turn it into the ultra game that no one will ever stop playing.
Right.
Which is why budgets have gone through the ceiling, and everything costs so much, and they spend 10 years in development. So at the end of the day, no console will ever have a library as big as the PS1 or the PS2 ever again.
Right.
As long as that's the case, and we don't count indies, in which case, if you count indies, a lot of which are shovelware, then yeah, there'll be bigger libraries. But I mean, remember the Switch? If you went to the Nintendo shop, like 5% of the library was really, really great games, and then the rest was either mid-tier slop, third-party, whatever, up-reses from PS3, and then
shovelware,
and then straight up fucking 13 to the dozen mobile games ported to Switch, just shovelware, absolute crap. So yeah, you kind of felt it there a bit, you know. I don't see how it can get any better anytime soon either. But Nintendo especially really need to, you know, they need to sort their lives out when it comes to their attitude toward their customers more than anything else, and just realize that if they don't act, and Nintendo's had this problem of not releasing enough games on their fucking console since the GameCube, since the N64 maybe. You know, they need to release more fucking games. They don't even need to invent a new series at this point. Right. They can just, I mean, you never get a Star Fox anymore worth a damn. The last Metroid was so homogenized and dulled down that it became basically just a shit discount Halo ripoff. You know,
right?
It's awful. It's
and all these companies trying to fit everything, every style of play and whatever your interest might be into every single game has made all games effectively, you know, without an identity and any kind of uniqueness. And so, you know, you buy a thing, it ends up being ultimately unfulfilling, and then you find out that this is the mode of discourse that most AAA titles are trying to operate under. And so it's like, well, this was a complete disappointment. Why am I going to set myself up for purchasing yet another overbloated disappointment? And so it just undermines itself. Like, that's kind of the whole reason on why you try to tell your stories to the audience that you can find that will be interested in that, and then just allow for natural, organic, word of mouth kind of growth. And you know, slow growth is substantial growth. You know, you try to like get this thing and just make it happen for the moment. It might possibly happen, and if it does, it'll probably have like a few days or weeks, whatever, of support, but then nothing. You know, so it ultimately is deficient in its aims, because
if something blows up overnight, it'll wash away again just as quickly.
Right.
Yep, that's what happens. And only the games that like really move the needle are going to make enough noise to be sustainably appreciated, like Expedition 33 or Silksong, etc. Which is why there's so much hate towards Silksong, because of the pricing and the releasing, the way they did it, the way it went. A lot of people jealous, a lot of people very bitter about that, because they can't match up. The indies can't match up, and AAA can't match up, which is why they outperform AAA. AAA will never sell a game for $20, you know?
Right.
It's just not happening. Not happening. And Nintendo is fucking felted, because they're never going to realize this as long as they keep hiring more and more just fucking business dickheads to run their operations, like Doug Bowser. When what worked for Nintendo, what set them apart in the beginning, was the fact that they were gamers first. They were really genuinely in love with the things they created.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They
were doing business because it was a business, but that wasn't the focus of the thing. That was just, you know, yes, technically this is a business, but we're ultimately here to just entertain people, have good time, and you know, make things that are, you know, novel and just entertaining and fun to spend your time with. But now they're caught up in, how's this going to affect this segment of the market, and all this kind of stupid bullshit that just just focus on actually just making something that's enjoyable and that you can
Exactly.
lose yourself in, and time goes by and you don't even miss it. And then you realize, I've been here for 6 hours. What the fuck? I have to go be responsible now. You know?
I fucking miss those days. They were the good days. Anyway, I'm just adding the images we need for the ranking for this week's grand ranking, which of course is Series 8. So I'm just making sure that will work and that we can actually do our ranking, because once again, unfortunately, I left it to the last minute to actually upload the fucking images, so it's probably going to take a month for Sundays. Oh no, it actually worked this time. Well, look at that.
Cool.
Wait, hey. The only problem is I need to re-add the previous felted row that we dubbed
yes, fun but
flawed. Yeah, because we're definitely going to have one for that.
Right, not to spoil anything, you know.
No.
But yeah,
not to spoil anything at all, but there's kind of no way around it. All right, let's get into it then and have a good old rank. Let's do it. And so here we are. It's time again, ladies and gentlemen, to rank the last series of Red Dwarf that we reviewed, and that would be Series 8, a very good series with a bit of a messed up ending, and it's pretty unfortunate that it happened at all like that, but we'll get into it, I suppose. Everything else should be as it was except for that one, which was originally there, so now we're as we should be. It's kind of actually baffling, like, you know, think about how long it's taken us to do all this and yet how fast it's also gone, but then you look at them and there's not that many episodes and yet so much memorable stuff in all of them. But there you go. Anyway, right then, we've got 8 episodes. I've split the multi-parts into their constituent parts so that we can review them fairly. All right then. So Back in the Red Part 1 begins, obviously. I mean, yeah, I think it's a great episode. I mean,
that line, the hope we don't get stopped by the cops. They don't like it when you're rat-assed, when they're flying along up a rat's ass.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little bit of a Willbot. Yep.
When I was 13, I thought jokes like that were a bit dad humor, so I didn't really laugh at that one that much, but it's funny enough. What I really liked from that episode was the return of Rimmer when he walks into the bunks and tells Lister how fucking screwed he is, and then basically just it's back to normal. Oh my god, it's original Rimmer again. Fuck, you know. Then of course immediately is corrupted by Lister because Lister's got all this stuff that he wants. But the real killer scene in this episode is Crichton's psychological examination.
Yeah.
Just check that chair is screwed down there, Crichton, would you? So I was dead, was I? Yes, sir. And I'm not now. No, you came back to life thanks to these itty bitty, teeny weeny, itsy little bots that go itty bitty.
So I was living, and then I died, and then I started living again. Yes, you have been most fortunate, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you know, I've not been able to establish ambivalence, but I am able to manifest rage with what was it? Involuntary acts of violence. Ha! Bang! Smash the table.
Sand.
It's really good. It's really good stuff. It's not the best part of the episode, but I would I'd say it's, you know, I'll probably top tier 2 for me.
Yeah,
it's very funny. I wouldn't put it as high as, like, say, Whitehole or Inquisitor, though, in terms of making me laugh. It's funny, but really only that scene. The real comedy is in the second part for me.
Right. It does build. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd put it quite high. Maybe around Rimmer World, maybe, or the one with the up and down or whatever it's called. I can't remember now. You know, the where they have the triplicator, but it makes one holy and the other one.
Oh, demons and angels, yeah.
Demons and angels, yeah. I'd say it's probably just below that in terms of making me laugh. Yeah,
that seems justifiable.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So part 2 then. Now part 2 is a whole different kettle of fish, because in part 2 you have got you've got Rimmer having used the sexual magnetism virus, sick bags on standby, although that's technically the end of part 1. You've got them hanging out in their bunk, the joke about using the blindfold on the toilet.
Yeah.
On himself. You've got solid plot development as well with the psychotropic testing. We've got Rimmer's bizarrely long handshake, of course, even though I think I've put that as episode 1. I think I've put that as the screenshot for part 1, even though it's actually part 2. Shit. Oh, well, I forgot because it's all one episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe I did it a favor. Because the crazy super long, mega long handshake with the for fucking like ages until his shoulders jerking, and then finally with the woo 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 woo, and then he whacks himself in the leg so hard he can't walk afterwards. It's fucking great stuff. And then of course managing to worm his way onto the captain's table with his insider information. A little bit of a negative point for the naked Crichton. But then we've also got Crichton being classified as a woman. We've also got Cat. We intend to represent ourselves. Let's get together and have a huddle so that everyone thinks we know what the hell we're doing. You know, that's in episode 2. Kachansky's little freak out meltdown about not being able to live the life that she had been anymore. Then, of course, towards the end, you've got the double whammy of the escape plus Rimmer's trip. Oh, sorry. You've also got Crichton trying to tell them that he doesn't want his corrupted files repaired by holding them all at gunpoint and forcing them onto the toilet.
Right.
and then you see the councillor bloke in his suspenders as well.
Yeah, exactly. The bloke's got his suspenders on. Yeah. No, I do not want to have my corrupted files repaired. You know, he just can't seem to imagine it. So he just nicks their gun and says, everybody, card, let's go. Now, I want you all to take down your pants and sit on a toilet. What are you going to do? I'm going to look at you. Oh, it's fantastic. You've got Kachansky jumping Lister in the lift, but then the luck virus cures the sexual magnetism virus, so he doesn't get any. Then, of course, you've got Rimmer at the captain's table, except he never is, because he constantly gets taken off to get serially raped by all the women in the officer class that are at the captain's table, as all of them are, as he took a huge swig of the sexual magnetism virus and cannot stop being incredibly sexually attractive to all the women on the ship. And so the second anyone has even a moment alone with him, they just force him into that room and fuck the shit out of him until he can barely walk. So then he, of course, Novocaines himself in the balls and walks limply along, trying to get himself access to the suite where they're doing the testing, because he knows now that that they're all being tested, so that he will be rumbled if they discover that they made a deal with him. Meanwhile, the entire crew, other than Rimmer, escape using Dwayne Dibley disguises.
Yes,
it's an all-star banger. Like just all out everything but the kitchen sink in this episode. So
yes,
I mean, I think it's an all-time classic, frankly.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute banger.
Indeed.
I'm not sure where to put it though, because you start competing with real iconography when you get to this level, and there's things like Legion and Clock Off, Ace Rimmer and Crichton in the Tank and Flibble and Backwards, and so I don't know where to put it. I would say maybe in the middle somewhere, because I'd say it's not quite as iconic as those incredibly crazy scenes from the earlier series, but it's still up there. I'd say it's better than Ticket a Ride.
Yeah,
Sure.
about there. About there.
Out there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say about there.
Yeah. I'm still not sure if Wax World is funnier than Ticket a Ride. I still think it is. But oh well. Whatever. Anyway, it doesn't make much difference, does it? It's only for us and it's only for fun. So, so there we go. All right then. Also, Crichton gets his corrupted files unrepaired the minute he sees Lister in Dwayne Dibley's disguise.
Yep.
In fact, no, I suppose it must be the cat, but he's looking at Lister most of the time. No, it's the cat. He looks at the cat. It is. He goes, I get a name. Wayne something. Wayne Wibbly. Yeah. All right. And then we have part 3. So for part 3.
But of course, that line's a throwback to Gunman of the Apocalypse as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because he gets his
Yeah.
memory back when he looks at Lister and early morning breath that could come through bank vaults. It's just a slightly rushed, less impressive version of that joke. Anyway, then of course we have Rimmer now completely numb from the waist down. Is trying to break into the psychotropic testing facility to interfere with the testing so that he doesn't get incriminated after having made his deal with Lister. Then, of course, we have them trying to escape in Blue Midget, which, of course, leads to the massive not all singing, but massive dance number with Cat, the Blue Midget, and 3 other Blue Midgets on backup air guitar, which, depending on who you are, is either hilariously fun or really, really lame. And I've heard both opinions. I happen to think it's quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved that scene. I really did.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like gush for it, but I think it's okay. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. I think it's funny, but I don't think it's not making me scream with laughter.
Yeah. Well, the usage, Cat was able to actually get quite a lot of character scenes in this episode specifically. So it is
a bit, yeah.
Yeah. He gets to shine in this episode in a way that he doesn't really get to normally in other ones. And that's
true.
Yeah. It gives it a few extra points. Because even when they do the claymation stuff, the power source, and
yeah, he's like intelligent in the simulation. It's weird.
Yeah.
So then we get the claymation sequence where they're trying to escape because they've realized that Rimmer is fucking with them. And you get the scene in the Blue Midget where Lister says, I know who it is. I'm not going to say who it is because if I say who it is, it'll get deleted.
Right.
But I know who it is. And if I get my hands on him, I'm going to cut off both his blunt knife because it gets deleted. So then we get them trying to escape. And then Cat, of course, finds exit E11T, EXIT in Roman numerals, and no one can believe he's that smart. Then he finds the bottle of ketchup that's called Power Source. So so they once again, but not before you get some silly claymation versions of all of them, which is quite funny too. Finally, they do escape, only for Kachansky to become magnificently sexually attracted to Rimmer and scream she wants his babies. Then they managed to escape. They managed to convince Rimmer to join them.
With the buttons.
Yeah, because he can have 5 buttons. 5, you say? 5 buttons. Wow. And he keeps saying, and do these buttons light up at all? Like, it's really funny stuff. So they're, and I think at that point we probably would have quite enjoyed it if they had all just buggered off together on the run from Red Dwarf instead of chasing it. That would have been funny. But there you go. Anyway, then they get into the Blue Midget, and this time the flight controller is some big fucking middle-aged Shirley. Come back, Mr. Sucks. Your name is Reality Sucks. That's kind of funny. Then I'm trying to think, like, what's the funniest bit, really? Isn't it? I remember when it aired thinking this isn't as funny as the last one. But It's all right. She's got its moments. It's standard Red Dwarf comedy. It's funny. Then of course there's the twist at the end that the story is indeed corroborated by what they've done, but because they access the crew's confidential files. Is that it? Is that why they did it?
Yeah. So they get an entirely different 2 years in the break.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
that'll be
that'll
a great comfort to them.
Great comfort to them. Yeah, that's good. It's a good Holly episode. This one, you get a lot of Holly in it. I'd say it's probably in the second tier. Not as good as the first part. It's probably the weakest part of the three. If you watch them all together, it doesn't matter. But if we're separating them to rank them separately, which we should, then it's probably
the middle one. The middle one's the funniest, definitely.
The middle one's the funniest by miles. But the first part's funny, but the third part is more kind of story-ish. The jokes are subtler. They're okay. It's better than
falling
Duck
action.
Soup.
Yeah,
it's better than Duck Soup. I think it might. I don't think it's better than Me Squared, to be honest. In terms of making me laugh, but I mean, what do you think?
It's definitely lifted. Both the beginning and the end are lifted by the middle. When you watch it all together, it all just kind of flows. But when you are looking at it as just a segment, because the climax has kind of already happened, and you're just kind of in the falling action and all the things that have been set up are
being paid off. So it's not so funny anymore, but it is a good story.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. No, I think all the others above this make me laugh more than this. Yeah, Emo Hawk probably makes me laugh more than this. Me Squared, I just love Me Squared, but that's me. But that's why I'm asking you guys what you think.
Well, I mean, this is also this is a dependent episode. It can't really. I mean, if you were to just watch just this part, it wouldn't be as fulfilling as if you watched the setup and everything. So
whereas Me Squared, you can just watch as a standalone piece and laugh your tits off.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say I think it might be in the right spot. Right between Duck Soup and Me Squared.
Sure.
Definitely funnier than Camille, the end of Series 6, Time Slides, Last Day, Crichton, and Balance of Power. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right. Episode 4 then is Cassandra, which is where we get the future telling robot. That's very funny. She finishes their sentences. We get Rimmer trying to get Baxter, or not Baxter. It's
Not
Mr. Not. Yeah. The fucking warden Not. Yeah, to wear his coat so that he will die instead of Rimmer. Only to find out he's still going to die because Lister's going to shoot him in the head with a crossbow while he's fucking Kachansky. And he's like, yes! So, suitably, I've chosen the scene where he's cuddling up to Kachansky, who's not remotely interested, but for some reason, it's preordained that she's going to have sex with him. And only because she wants to punish Lister, not Kachansky, Cassandra wants to punish Lister because she knows that he's the one who kills her eventually. And then, of course, Lister says he's not going to kill her, sticks his gum on the wall, the gum falls off, lands on a fan swings around, hits something else happens. Then it's a Rube Goldberg machine, and then ultimately the plug gets pulled. Gets wet. You get water on the plug, and Cassandra, the giant computer that's plugged into the fucking wall, explodes. It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. And you get Kill Crazy with his "Let's go kill something." Like, you know, I love that shit.
The expression on Cassandra's face when she dies is so funny as well. She's like,
right.
Yeah, I told you so, but now I'm gonna die at the same time. It's a good expression. She's very funny in it too. Yeah, you get the first real Canaries mission. You get the scene where they've actually signed up for the Canaries, where Lister finds out what that actually means. That's very funny. That's some classic Rimmer and Lister stuff. I think it's probably better than part 3 of Back in the Red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's probably better than Me Squared. Is it better than Emo Hawk?
No.
Well, I mean,
okay. I have trouble putting it above Emo Hawk because we've got the whole Gelf marriage sequence and leg it, and then of course the return of Ace Rimmer, Dwayne Dibley.
Mm-hmm.
Rimmer wants to snap Dwayne Dibley's neck to save him from the polymorph.
I've never been propositioned by predeterminism.
That's a pretty good line. Yeah. I don't know though. I still feel like it's about here, around about here. I think it's generally a better episode than Me Squared because it's more developed. It's in that era where the characters are more fleshed out. There's more, Rimmer gets to be really, really creepy in it, which is very funny always. I think that's about right.
Yeah, no, that works. It works. Okay. I mean, solidly, in the green.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute, okay?
Yeah. Sure. Danger Island says, I can only talk in chat, but do you remember that voice acting job you did? Yes. Of course. Yeah, that was fun. You said you wanted me to do it again sometime. Sure. Can do. In the meantime, we're on Crikey TV. That's good. That's a good sign. So this is a really dumb episode, but it's great too. It's really
in the
good.
best of ways. Yeah,
we really rated it for the setups and payoffs in it. In as much as you get the whole thing with Ackerman and having his date.
Well, it also fully realizes the concept of these fools in the tank. It immediately descends into insanity and hijinks in ways that you wouldn't initially kind of expect, but once they're actually taking place, like, oh yeah, no, actually this all makes sense. Like, this is exactly how it would be.
Yeah, we've got Rimmer winning the lottery and a holiday, but not being able to collect it because he's 3 million years into deep space. You've got Lister getting his guitar, of course, setting up. Oh, then there, of course, is just the constant the appeal.
Right.
Trying to get
his willingness to move heaven and earth
to get Lister
to get this appeal, when ultimately it's the thing that
it turns out it's only for the fucking guitar strings. Yeah.
I think this might be my favorite episodes of the whole series. That's
Really?
Series 8, I mean, not all of Red Dwarf, but I think it might be my favorite episode of Series 8.
It's pretty up there, yeah. This is up there with Back in the Red as the standout for me that I remember really well as well. Then of course there's the bit where they're all sitting in the ship on the way to wherever they were going on the mission, and Rimmer's talking about Crichton's talking about having to shower with the ladies, and they all get erections and have to cross their legs.
Yeah.
Very funny. Then obviously you get Ackerman having had his eye stolen and he's got a date tonight. Then of course you get the fact that Crichton has been reprogrammed by
Crichton is
Baxter and Kill Crazy.
He is so just vindictive, and his villainry, is off the charts. Like the level to which that he kind of plays Lister in that whole setup of, oh, you haven't heard about Miss Kachansky.
Right. About Miss Kachansky and her ex-boyfriend Tim. Oh, sir, how could you possibly not know? Know what? How can you not know the news about Miss Kachansky and her ex-boyfriend Tim? What about it? What about what? What about Miss Kachansky and her ex-boyfriend Tim? Oh, I can't believe you don't know. It's fucking absurd.
It's utterly diabolical.
Don't forget Gold Crichton as well. Like temporarily becomes a with gold chains and a gold suit, gold-plated fucking body. gold everywhere, cans of lager, guards calling him Mr. Crichton, sir. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Then of course you've got the reveal from Kachansky that if she wanted Dave to see if David wanted to see her naked, you could have just asked.
Oh yeah, and the stupid pun, flowers.
Yeah, and then he tries to buy her bags of flowers. When finally he finds out about the news about the ex-boyfriend Tim, and it's actually Crichton's revenge because he is not actually poisoning Kachansky's date with Tim. He's setting up Ackerman's date to completely fuck up by putting pubes in the bed, crumbs in the bed, pubes on the soap. And of course, the whole thing is being broadcast by Crichton wearing a Lincoln beard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when Rimmer goes in to rectify the situation and ends up with a handful of cubes.
Yeah, and then he runs off carrying her because he's that convinced, like he doesn't even realize what he's holding. He's just trying to help, Sorry, I hate to keep bringing it up, but what about the appeal?
Right.
Absolutely insane, So then, Rimmer and Lister, great series for Rimmer and Lister. This one, a lot of Rimmer and Lister moments though, just really good, really evolved versions of the first series, which is great. So you get all that, and then finally they make it out and they start chasing Crichton. Finally, Lister gets his notice that the appeal has been complete. And much to Rimmer's chagrin, we realize that he has received a set of strings for his guitar. Something Rimmer would utterly despise. It's kind of the perfect episode. It's a bottle episode. It's delivered really, really well. Crichton is a fucking villain in it the whole way. And it just sets that whole thing up. That Crichton can be a just bastard. Rimmer is obsessed with helping Lister, but at no point did he realize he was actually helping to felt himself. It's set up right in the first scene and only paid off in the last scene, and it's just fucking brilliant. And it takes you through the turn. So definitely up there. I don't know where though. It's tough. It's tough. It's definitely in the top. It's definitely an all-time classic. I just don't know where. Don't know where.
Quite high up. Maybe around Legion-ish.
You think it's better than Stasis Leak? Fuck off. Multiple listers. Go away. The psychedelic breakfast.
Maybe one down then.
So next to part 2.
Yeah.
Is it funnier than part 2 of Back in the Red?
I think so in a way because they fully realized the potential of putting them in the tank and creating this whole new scenario.
Okay, maybe, I just don't know if anything made me laugh as much as Rimmer getting serially raped and then these guys dressing up as Dwayne Dibley to try to escape. I think that probably made me laugh more than anything in the entire series, actually.
True enough.
Also the holding up scene in the toilet as well, just fucking classic.
Yeah, it's a tough
I think
it's
better.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Okay. Series 8 doing quite well, actually. Compared, it's only being beaten by, the creme de la creme.
Mm-hmm.
Like the top 14 or so episodes.
Well, other than those few misgivings that happen at the end, I think that this was, in many ways, the most successful kind of season that they've managed to have up until this point. It's just but that's just kind of the whole thing that sets that final episode to where it actually does get judged so harsh because it's surrounded by so much that precedes it that's so good. And just
but then of course we get Pete. Now Pete part 1. This is a toughie. Pete part 1. I think part 1 might be the better part. You get the various. I don't know. Actually, it's tough. You get the various bits about them visiting the captain, being marched to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
You get the joke about Ackerman that they said he was horrible. And no, they used to call me Nicey Ackerman.
Right.
So nice. And he's actually not at all, of course. You see him there beating the shit out of the cat every time he speaks, and then he finally realizes he's not going to speak anymore, but then finally says, oh yeah, that's definitely the key. And so this time, and each time they pull him
add in another card.
So eventually there's 4 guys kicking the fuck out of the cat. That's very funny. Then you got the basketball game with the
erection juice. Boing.
Juice that causes them all to get erections. They have to double over. Then they get marched to the captain again, playing drafts. Rimmer playing drafts against himself. Lister's secret hookup of curry and lager from Bob the Scutter. Very good. The
wrong number on the pipe.
Wrong number on the Morse code on the pipes. Yeah. Very good. It's a good episode. The time wand, discovery of that, turning Kachansky and the cat into little kids and hippies. The flesh-eating virus, or the potato skin-eating virus that also eats clothes, so they end up getting and hair, so they end up getting marched to the captain's office again, only to give him the virus, so he ends up losing his hair and his clothes as well. They get marched off again. Then you've got the hole with the Birdman. Yeah. And that leads up to
Bob breaks him out.
Oh, they meet with the rest of them having a nice dinner in the cargo bay and preparing to escape with the time wand, only for the Birdman's bird to die. So they try to resurrect it using the time wand. It turns into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, that's that episode. That's very fucking crazy, that episode. It's a dumb episode, but it's brilliant in how it does things. It's particularly the repetition of the scenes with the captain. Hollister is fucking fire in this episode. I love this one. I think I got to put it right up there somewhere. It's
I don't think it goes higher than Karate TV though.
No, I don't think it's. I don't know that it's an all-time classic because I don't think about it all the time. But whenever I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, you know. I think it's brilliant comedy.
Yeah,
just not sure where.
Right.
Oh, it's a problem. Is that so many of these are fucking iconic. Like even DNA and Polymorph 2 are iconic. Maybe around there somewhere. I don't know if it's funnier than Double Polaroid.
I think it's funnier than Body Swap.
Oh, it's definitely funnier than Body Swap. I'm up here thinking.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think it's probably around here somewhere.
Yeah. Is it? Do you think it's better than Life?
Tough call.
I think that's kind of where
that's such a character piece and
right.
Really like a Red Dwarf episode, you know, like only Red Dwarf is going to do that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's kind of the line, this theory that we're working in.
I think Human Crichton's fucking Double Polaroid is still funnier.
Oh yeah. No, it's
so maybe it's about here.
Yeah. One dick joke with 2 pictures rather than 2 dick jokes.
Is it funnier than Lister marrying a Gelf? The foot handshake. Leg it. Yeah. I don't know. And then again, all those scenes with the captain are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, fuck it. I'll just put it here. Just might change my mind later.
Indeed.
As for part 2, things go crazy, and we get obviously we get some seriously stupid bits, like suddenly managing to find a dinghy large enough to make a full-size dinosaur-sized chicken vindaloo. No,
and they even go through the effort
vindaloo.
of painting Dino on the side of it.
So
So
paint Dino on it. It's
Cow vindaloo on it. They put a whole
depending
cow
on
in
your
it.
sense of humor, that's either too stupid, which is kind of where I land, but also it's complete farce, and so it's kind of funny. It's just that the Red Dwarf crew don't seem very often to be able to just manifest things when they need them. You know, that's kind of the problem we have with the other episode.
What I did like about it, it's like the kind of the serenity before they mess up with the time wand, where like Rimmer and Lister come into the cargo bay and see the others like happily around a dining table enjoying themselves like it was the old days of Red Dwarf.
That's part one though.
Oh, was that part? Yeah, of course it is, isn't it?
yeah, it's the
This
setup,
this has them all cowering behind drums of stuff. Rimmer hiding in a tent or something and keeping on saying we're finished. And then they ask Holly what to do, and he says, "You're finished."
Yeah.
Then Kachansky has the idea for the curry, which is bonkers, but it works. The dinosaur eats the curry. They lower a literal goat into it. Where did they get that? It's kind of stupid, and it's kind of like points against for me, because it's like, how they can't do this? Like, how are they doing this? But I like it, but it also is kind of like fucking stupid Looney Tunes comedy, which I like, but it's not Red Dwarf comedy,
right? There's a good visual gag, but the space cow does kind of, if you actually start to think about it, it's like, well, they don't have cows on the ship. But hey,
fortunately, then though, you do get the long scene with the captain where he repeats the same line over and over and over and over again.
Right. See in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but he's like, "Do you know what happens when
right
when a dinosaur? What is it? I try to think. It's here somewhere. I've got it. That's it. Hold on.
Eats a cow vindaloo. 2 tons of ice cream and."
I'm trying to find it because I've
how many
got
gallons of Coke? Yeah, fizzy drink.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It says, "Do you know what happens when a dinosaur eats cow vindaloo, then eats 2.5 tons of mint choc ice cream, followed by 400 crates of orange ice pops, and swirls the whole thing down with 2,000 gallons of popular fizzy drink after it's been sick?" And then we get like whole battalions of men were lost in the torrents of diarrhea that
Bob the Scudder falls on the captain's head.
Yeah, Bob the Scudder. Who the hell do you think hit me in the head? Why do you think I'm wearing the bandage? No one can figure out how the time wand works, so you have to do it. Stupid decision giving him the time wand. Then there's a scene where Rimmer slags off the captain, which we said was a great character study between the difference between the original Rimmer who remained a brown-nosing toady and this one who's much more jaded. While the captain is standing behind him, of course. Then he pretends he's had some sort of seizure because of the virus they contracted in the other episode. Then he then the knuckle biting thing, which you haven't seen since 2.
Flying through walls, like the fight that happens 10 minutes after it happens.
The saga of Crichton having lost his penis. Archie the penis.
Yeah, I forgot that bit.
Yeah. Then Baxter and Kill Crazy holding up Lister and Rimmer and beating the shit out of them, but they don't feel a thing because they're out of sync with the timeline. Then they turn themselves into apes. And then the two of them getting themselves smashed around in the captain's office, receiving the beatdown that they got earlier.
Yeah.
Which in yet another scene with him.
Which is actually does bring up another question for the final episode. How did Baxter become
managed
human?
To turn back? I know, yeah. I don't know. Then, of course, we discover that there's an egg right at the end and another dinosaur, only for it to emerge licking the captain's back as he thinks he's getting a massage.
So,
giving And finally, we have the scene that actually maybe this is funnier the second half. I don't know, because we get the whole bit where the captain is giving them cards to read. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I may never speak again.
Well, see, that's the interesting thing, because the you would think that the first part of the episode would do all the setup, and this would just be all the payoff. But there is elements that come into this that actually kind of work for the stuff we were talking about, the analysis. So, I think this is in some ways. I mean, it couldn't have been done without part one, but
no, but it is very funny, especially the last line where it's the whole 12 months, and they're like, and it sort of slaps the table and goes, well, the card says, where do you think you're going?
Yeah,
I'm going in the hole. See you in 12 months.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it achieved things that it couldn't have done without part one. But because part one exists, actually does get a bit of a boost, because it's standing on the shoulders of what that first part was able to accomplish, and by that point in time, you're just kind of in on it, and it's working well enough that
the silly dinosaur bit's not so great, but without it, you wouldn't be able to get the giant the do you know what happens speech.
Right.
The beatdown's pretty funny, but the scenes with the captain are just brilliant, and the escalation of them is so funny. That's probably why it's funnier. It makes me laugh a lot, actually, this episode. So it's probably funnier than, it probably makes me laugh more than the parallel dimension. Yeah, I think maybe it is funnier than that. It's we should place it about here, right after Rimmerworld.
Yeah,
which I would probably put, because the only thing funnier is when Rimmer is literally having to do his diary about cloning a female copy of himself. I just won't tell her. Yeah. So he creates an entire race of Rimmers. And has to
Rimmer concubines, Jesus.
And it also has, or we could just use the teleport. Yeah. So that's really funny. Yeah, that's about the right place for it, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me, the captain scenes make me belly laugh, but other than that, it's kind of just sort of standard silly slapstick.
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, we have this one, which
we already mentioned on Sunday. It's fun but
very
flawed.
funny. It's very funny, but that 1.5 minutes is just utter script destruction. Right. We've never seen before in an episode of Red Dwarf. It's just not happened.
Right.
Even there are little plot holes in like Better Than Life, like how are they still in the game and we never see them actually leave.
Right.
Because the guy from the Outland Revenue is still there.
Yep.
So even little things like that I can forgive. It's just,
and these flaws aren't even just something that you can put off as because these are fundamentally undoing the just properties of the show and how it even actually operates, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is, I think,
we get, I don't know.
I think the worst. It has to be kind of classified as the most, like, these are not just
the jokes are great. The jokes and the scenes in the episode are very funny, but the fucking failure of a script.
Right. Yeah, fundamentally, on as objective as we can be in this subjective list, I think that this actually ends up being the lowest ranked. Yeah,
it has to be, because you've got the whole plot of being in the tank that doesn't get resolved. You've got the revived crew plot not resolved. You don't know how they got out of the tank.
Yeah,
you don't know how Crichton knew about the microbe. You don't know
how even Rimmer is getting this probation.
Even Rimmer understands what it is. How is Rimmer even on probation? Talia didn't warn the captain. Was her pod actually designed to contain the microbe? If it wasn't, why didn't it eat it? I've still got all the questions open.
Yep.
I didn't know I did, but I did. Why hasn't anyone else discovered it? Did they tell the captain? There's no scene. Why are they back in the tank? Why aren't they revered as heroes for saving the ship by telling the captain? What happened to the hundreds of people who left Red Dwarf? Why does Kachansky think all their problems can be solved by finding a mirror universe? Total character assassination there.
Aye.
When did they get changed? Why do they suddenly have exactly the device they need to do a mirror universe? Why does it exist? Why is it? What is it? What is it?
What is it?
Where did they get it? If it is a mirror universe portal creator, why was it invented? Why is it on a mining ship?
Right.
Can you do it with any mirror? It has apparently 1 billion to 1 chance of getting it right, and they immediately do. Rimmer actually goes first instead of chickening out. Then suddenly figures out that he's in the captain's office and is in the role of the captain, but doesn't realize he's in the role of the captain, just behaves as though he does know what he's in the role of the captain.
And time has passed since that event actually took place, so there's also like this weird time dilation.
Yes. Then he gets out somehow, even though the machine was broken. Somehow Rimmer returned. They fob it off by telling us that the rest of the Red Dwarf crew went, well, not the rest of the rest of our crew went into the parallel mirror, but they don't come back. We have no idea what the rules are here. Like, what happens with the people from the other universe? Are they there too? Do they come out to our side? What happens? The vending machine seems to know what the plot is and laughs at Rimmer for his folly of bringing back the cesium, frankolithic, mixtialbidium, rixie, dixie, doxy, dexydroxide, but it turns into the original fucking molecule as what the microbe. Alert. Very good. Very funny. But again, vending machine's revenge is pointless. It doesn't kill Rimmer.
Yeah.
But then Rimmer's going to die anyway. He gets upset because the virus formula that he's got is going to get destroyed because it's on fire, even though it's no use to him. It would only make things worse.
Yeah.
And then finally, the Grim fucking Reaper appears, which makes no canonical sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Only for Rimmer to kick him in the balls and run away.
This is like a comedian that is known for having like these long, elaborate sets of jokes. Like it's actually like, there's a thing that he'll start, make a joke, at the beginning, and somehow at the end it ties back to. Right. But this was a comedian that's known for doing that just went up and just did jokes, just jokes.
Yeah, it's like a guy who does
funny, but.
Then tells a bunch of one-liners and then starts one of his legendary long-running bits, but then keeps changing to a different long-running bit every 30 seconds, every 15 seconds, and expects the audience to still be part of the running line of the gag, even though he's completely changing the subject every 15 seconds.
Right.
It doesn't work. It's fundamentally broken, unfortunately.
Right, and you can still be funny.
Some of the jokes in it are very, very, very funny, but it is the most flawed episode of Red Dwarf.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. Bottom of the list.
Which is a shame. But
it is. But it's the only way we can be fair, because by our own standards, it falls into that exact spot.
Yeah, I would
even
say
the cat episode didn't fuck its own story.
Right.
It wasn't. It was an ambitious story that they couldn't really deliver on. They did what they could, and it was okay. And we got the smeging garbage pod bit out of it, which is funny. But it doesn't break its own internal lore within the canon of the episode.
Right. And it's level of consistency for years, because it's interesting too, because for me, season 8 seems like a victory lap, and like this
it is a bit of a love letter to the original show.
Yeah, and it's like master craftsmen just kind of coming and showing how it's done, and while it's still that
right at the end by BBC constraints,
right. But then ultimately, it still has, which is really kind of interesting that it can be seen as in many ways the most successful season, but also it has this giant flaw that cannot be ignored.
Right,
and it happens
at the end.
It's only made worse by the fact that the next episode is the part 1 of Back to Earth, where they're just on Red Dwarf, as they were, with a hologram Rimmer, Kachansky. I mean, she's dead, and they're back to how their lives were before they even met Kachansky. So they're back to fucking Tika to Ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to Earth, because I did watch it yesterday. Does feel just kind of like a revival of hey, let's just do this just to kind of
to do it. Yeah.
To do it. Yeah.
It was. Yeah. I like the joke about like increased reflection. Like to use a photo and end up going like down 2 streets and turning and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like Carbug as well. Carbug, cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's got good stuff in it, but it definitely does feel like this is more of just kind of going through the motions for the sake of hey.
It's kind of just a victory lap more than anything. It's like, hey, remember Red Dwarf?
Yeah.
Now there are some very funny bits in it. There's almost no character development because they don't have a series. It's just one story. So they have to kind of end up in the same spot they were in by the end. I also like, without spoiling it, the callback at the very end when you realize what the thing is, what's actually happened to them, how it relates to another episode earlier on, which we won't spoil because we haven't reviewed it yet, and we will on Sunday. Yes. But as it stands now, this is Red Dwarf 1 to 8 ranked. Nothing changed in the top 10.
Yeah.
Or the top 14 even. But which is interesting because you've got almost an episode from every series at some point here, apart from 1 and 2. 2's highest is number 14. There's 1 fucking hell. 2 3 from series 6 in the top 14. 1 from series 4, 1 from series 3. No, 2 from series 4. 2 from series 3, 1, 2, 3 from series 3 actually. 1, 2, 3 from series 5. Government of the Apocalypse is number 1 from series 6, obviously. And Sirens is series 6 as well, actually. So I should have said that one for that. Series 7 does well too, actually. It's got 2 in the top 10, top 11. Yeah. But then series 8 can only break into the 15th place. Oh well.
I mean, it's kind of that whole thing too of the how you leave them, and so as great as season 8 is, without those flaws at the end, it would probably be, rated even higher for everything else because it is it just does kind of have like that effect. Where it's just, I mean, there's so much good stuff that led all the way up to this. Not breaking into the top 10 is not, I mean, it's
good stuff. It's just that the real iconography of Red Dwarf was firmly established in 1 to 6, and very little will actually change that.
Right.
You might see series 10, 11, and 12, and Promised Land probably squeak into it maybe somewhere, but I don't really know exactly where.
Right.
We'll see. There's a consensus that the best days are series 1 to 6, and so we include 7 in that too. But I think I kind of want to buck that trend. But then when it comes to actually ranking them, if I feel that way, then I feel that way, and that's the way it is. So anyway, there you go. That's it. Save, download. Post the image, and let's get some outros going, guys, because it's the end of the very, very, very long show. And I appreciate everybody who's been here for the duration. Thank you to Toasty for joining us as well.
I'm sorry I haven't, I keep going in and out and stuff. I've been...
You've got shit to do, I understand. Yeah. I've got like 4 other people in the house to help me take care of these kids. So, if it was just me with the babies, I wouldn't be able to do the show at all, So there's that. But, thanks guys. Appreciate everybody who's been here. Let's get some subs, and Toasty, give us your outro.
Streaming tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I think a bunch of woke white women are gonna go and protest. I think we're gonna watch that live and make fun of them because I need that right now. So
where are they protesting?
I don't know, but I'll check on YouTube. They have I'm sure people are gonna live stream and stuff, and we're just gonna laugh at them.
Live reacting to IRL wokies being fucking retarded. It's awesome.
That's the best.
The scourging of the Karens is what I'm calling it.
And I'll be waiting for my Amelia cosplay, so I'll add that to the I guess goals.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Amelia doing the or dancing to Erica.
Hell yeah.
I've done that in a while.
Nice.
There we go. Cool. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Rhoda, you're up.
Yeah. Well, obviously everything should be normal by Sunday. Thursday, I'm going to be late again because of work again. Probably be about the same time. Nothing I can do about it. It's just my hours have been doubled up for this week because I didn't have any hours last week, so I have to take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some other streams as well. Like in the meantime, I was planning on doing a Tomb Raider stream tonight, but I didn't realize how much today's shift was going to take it out of me, so that's actually quite unlikely to happen now. So next time I probably see anyone will actually be here on Thursday, and then like later, much later on, back over on Noise's show. And after that, we should be able to get stuff going on my channel again, which would be great. But yeah, I mean, so sorry I have to be late this week. I know it's
that's what it is, man. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It is what it is. Yeah. But you know, thanks for having us, and like thanks to everyone who's contributed and everything. Lovely to see Toasty again, and of course you guys. And yeah, I will see you on Thursday unless I manage to pull something out of my ass before.
Oh.
There we
Hello,
Oh, James OP for $25, $25, 5 fives, says thank you for $5.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real set of badonkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big old Tanhangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger bunk hanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no no logangas.
Thank you for $5.
Legend, James. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for boobage.
Yes. There you go. That was that. All right. John, you're up, man.
Yeah, of course, I'll be hanging out with Toasty tonight, 2 for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern over on her channel. Of course, so you can find me there with her throughout the week at that time, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And, of course, I'll be back here again Thursday morning for some Wanker of the Week at the normal start time. And I'm always here with Will and Rhoda throughout the week at the normal start time. Although this Sunday we will be starting earlier because we're going to try to pack in, extra exposition that we have to cover 3 episodes instead of just 1. So do please join us extra early on Sunday for that. Should be a great time. Of course, thank you again for all your kind donations and just time spent with us to start off your day or end it wherever you are throughout the world. Greatly do appreciate it. Of course, I absolutely adore all these people that I stream with throughout the week on various channels. Always a great time here. But with that said, of course, you all have a wonderful week going forward. Of course, safe travels ahead. Be awesome as always. And we'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah. See you on Thursday. And thank you, everybody. It's been a good episode. I really enjoyed it. A lot of ground covered, a lot of different topics too. Plus, we got to roast Star Trek, Doctor Who, and Star Wars in one episode.
Simultaneously, all in one go.
Yeah, all in like one fell swoop. And ranking Red Dwarf. Very fun. Lots of fun. Also laughing at Ubisoft and Nintendo. It's a good time. It's always a good time. I'll be back tomorrow with Hyperdrive time at the usual time for that now, which is 3 hours later than this. So whatever time that is for you, you'll know what it is. And we'll be talking about loads of different topics. I'm going to be going over the news that I've missed this week, as well as whatever else has developed. There's a video out about an hour ago you can check out. It's all about AI in gaming and the moral panic and the fear of losing control from the AAA industry and the journalism industries, and how they disguise that as just insulting anyone who wants to use AI, which really just opens the marketplace of ideas. It's kind of a more deep dive into that as a topic. So if that floats your boat, please go check it out. And if you do, leave a comment and a like for the algo, because it hates me. Anyway, there you go. That's it. We'll see you on Thursday, of course. And then on Sunday, we'll be starting an hour earlier because we've got 3 fucking episodes to go through. And that's just the way it goes because of what a catastrophe Only the Good was. It took us 4.5 hours to talk about it. So that's that. That's the week going forward. Hope you'll be there for it. Love to see you. Thank you so much to Garrett Griffin and Sardoc and Paul and James up for your kind donos. I really appreciate it. It does help keep the lights on. And other than that, take care. Spike your hair. Fuck Disney. Fuck Ubisoft. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck the BBC. Fuck Disney. Question everything. Respect the fans. Check out the Discord. The link is below. The boys of the fans will be back on Thursday. Possibly with a lady. We'll see. Till then, tatty bye.